What up, what up, what up? It is another episode of the Shark Cove back at its original date and time. I guess we're running a little bit late, but nevertheless, it's a Friday Hangout show. I'm your host, Emmerich, and we've got a real special show. We've done a lot of shows in the last 24 hours or so, a lot of information, a couple things I want to go over before we get this show started. First and foremost, I will not be tricked into this tomfoolery of you must play a certain game that there's a 90% probability. There may be, there may not be, but we are on the wrong side of variance lately, boys. I don't think that this is one of those days or slates, so no worries there. Secondly, for all of the people that are new, have just recently started watching the show in the last couple of days, I really appreciate you guys. If you haven't watched a Friday show, I know I've predicated this before, talked about it a little bit. It's a little bit of a different show. We do get a little crazy here. We have some drinks. Some people don't wear shirts. It's not a normal show. So if you're offended by large hairy men not wearing their shirts, probably not the show for you. Some of this is going to be esports related. Some of this is just going to be random. Friday hangout while we watch some COD with no live scoring DFS. But without further ado, a very special guest coming in. Somebody that you may have watched on the esports department, the Infinity Edge, somebody who was just running like God when it came to best ball, but recently Rogue just lost. That's probably going to spell doom for him. Will EDG do it for him? We've got Fun Plus Allen, Edward Allen. I don't even know what to call you, Allen. I have no idea. You change your name so often, I don't know what to say.
I mean, you got to find one that works for you, and I'm still on that mission, so it'll probably change tomorrow. Alan's just fine.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, we don't have two Allens on here, so like the confusion that comes from that isn't here, unless Ghost Rider just like shoots me a message and wants to come on.
Yeah, we should see if that could happen. I mean, that'd be a throwback for the ages.
Absolutely, we could even try and get Pike on here too. I don't know if he could handle the other man, the man of the hour. I don't think he's going to be here the entire day, but he is going to be here for long enough to share some stories from the pitch. If you've watched any Friday shows, you know this man very well. And look, Mr. King of the Refund himself, the shirtless wonder. Big Guggs, what's going on, man?
I'm good, man. How are you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So hey, I am super excited. In fact, I
some
did
good stories. We got a good show tonight. I got some beef with NBA that was kind of settled. I got some beef with DK. I got a lot of beef. So
okay, well let's
this guy?
I can't.
How are you doing, bud?
I'm doing great. I'm a bit distracted already. I must say.
What can I say? Do you know why? Do you know why I get this weird white sticker here? Because when I was a kid, I shaved it one time. Then like the Kramer thing, like Seinfeld.
Yeah,
it actually happened.
I tried that with my armpits when I was in the 8th grade ish. I tried that with my armpits when I was in the 8th grade. I didn't have enough armpit hair, and gym class was weird, and so I tried to shave it to make it grow back stronger. Turns out it doesn't work if you don't have hair to start with. So I'm glad it worked for you, though.
Man, we are already starting off hot and ready here, and I like it. Hey, Guggs, I do have to make a special request, and to anybody that comes on the show, eat before, no eating unless it's an eating challenge, or mute your mic.
Okay,
so if you get hungry, or unless it's an eating challenge, that's okay. But the chips, the rustling, the celery, moose eating the other day, it was just it's too much for me. I just can't.
Can we bring that back at some point? I got to do a challenge next week of some sort.
Yeah, I think we can. But today we have I
went to the Golden Corral today. I went to the Golden Corral. Oh my God, worst idea ever. I've only been to it 3 times in my life, and it's the worst thing I've ever. There's not one in Buffalo, so we don't go. But I was in Rochester today, and there was one just about 10 minutes down the road, and we wanted to go, but it's just the trash. It's like a herd of Oh,
I'll tell you what, the last time I was at a Golden Corral, I was super high. Like I was just baked out of my mind, and I went at like 3:30. And like that's prime dinner time for the crowd that goes to the Golden Corral. Like so if you went later than that, like you probably did get the table scraps. You go around 3:30, you're getting the good stuff. You're getting the good stuff. We've got another person joining, somebody that was recently on the show. He's been here Friday, and when it comes to Guggs, this is a man I trust to help regulate the show. It's none other.
Big Kev.
Big Kev, absolutely.
Big Kev. Who else? Always pissing on fires.
All right. Well, hey, let's get it kicked off here.
This one's starting to get a little more like a breast. It's got to get back into a chest. Okay, I got to work on that. It's weird because like my facial features, like my left side is like much more straight, and this side's a little bit more like rounded. Or is it the other way around? I can't remember. But anyways,
so let's talk a little bit real quickly.
Is that other kid even of age? Can he gamble?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just turned 22 on Monday.
Oh shit!
Congratulations!
Almost half my age.
Thank
Jesus Christ! I thought you were in like grade 8.
I'm almost done with college.
Do you believe you got to wait till you're 21 to gamble in the U.S. or that's insane?
You don't.
Insane. Well, I guess.
Given everything that you do, Guggs, it's probably better. I mean, it's probably better. But let's say.
What, you mean putting like $100 bills in backpacks in like high school because we all had like bookie friends?
So let's get this kicked off. I will not let you derail the show this quickly. We will let you derail the show, but let's get some content out first. Let's kick it over to the easiest game, or what seems like the easiest game. We thought that about Rogue. Does anyone think that there is a chance, a realistic chance, a chance that's worth betting on, that Team WE can take even one game off of EDG?
I would probably say no.
I mean, Baishong's out, right? He's not back. Yeah. It gets a lot tougher from there. Like, I think, any type of dog like this, you could probably make the argument to play in DFS, but do I actually think that they're going to take a game off of Edward Gaming? No, probably not.
And I don't even think that it's bettable at -260. Like that's a pretty heavy spread. I think it's okay if you want to take that. I think that's the bet to take. But like the +190 for +1.5, it's not heavy enough for me. If this was a little bit higher, I'd probably be interested in it. But given what we just saw with Rogue and Astralis, I just think that this is a different class. WE had moments at the beginning of the split that would have given you reasons to be optimistic, but we just recently saw WE and they looked absolutely atrocious. EDG hasn't played in what seems like a year, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. So unless you have any objections, let's move on to the next one.
Let's do it.
All right.
No, we're good.
So I think this one is probably one of the most interesting games on the slate from a betting standpoint, possibly from DFS, because it certainly does have ceiling potential, but it also has some real snoozer potential. We've got Weevil Gaming, who has shown, two different sides, a bloody side, but also a side that likes to be very LCK-ish, and then FPX, who basically has shown the same thing. I lean FPX, even though they're not the favorite here. I think the addition of Clid makes this attractive, and a +115 betting line. I'm probably going to place a wager here. Alan, what do you think?
I mean, I think it's reasonable. The gold stats are in Weibo's favor, which I wouldn't have really expected just watching the two teams, but especially the gold spent percentage differential, which is the stat that Tim Savenhusen created, has Weibo quite a bit better. So that's a little bit, that makes me pause a little bit, but I still think like pound for pound talent wise, I think that +115 is probably pretty good for FPX.
Well, and a point that I'll make about that, Weibo has played Team WE, BLG, TT, AL, and Victory 5. I think, what we've come to realize is that was BLG's first game. So, it's hard to completely new roster. A lot of these other teams are bottom tier teams within the league, and Victory 5, not necessarily as good as we might have thought. Whereas FPX has played JDG, who looked better, LNG, who looks like they're probably one of the two best teams, and RNG, who's formidable. Yes, they played AL, they played LGD, but I would say that the strength of schedule that FPX has faced has been far, far tougher. Kev, do you have any kind of input on that, or?
I want to know where the aggressive Weibo gaming team is that you're talking about. I want to know where that team is because every time I watch them, they have like 4 kills at 25 minutes. But
those guys, Hofang and Angel.
Well, they had the 22 kill game. Hey, before we go any further, let's add another person. This is the Friday Hangout stream. We've got a lot of guys. We've got a guy. I don't know if it's cold in Wisconsin, but last time he was on, it was freezing. He's still smoking the same cigar, drinking yesterday, starting at, I think it was 8 in the morning, drowning his RA tears. He's on the stream today. We've got Elliot Carney, the baby goat.
Does he smoke in his house? Doesn't he know that's not good anymore?
What up, boys? Guggs, nice tits.
Yeah. We just went over how it's no longer a chest, it's turning into a breast, so I gotta move it the other way a little.
Absolutely. Well, hey, it is what it is from there. So, here's the thing, guys. I don't know. This game has a lot of potential, I think. we've seen big games from FPX from a DFS standpoint, but we've seen a lot of small games from them. We've seen...
Sorry. Yeah, I don't want to interrupt you, but
Go ahead, interrupt me.
Wasn't Hofang and Angel one of the best for putting up points per fantasy last year and the year before? Weren't they so aggressive when he would be one of the most priced ADCs, right, on most slates when he was there?
Sure, yeah, no, they're expensive from time to time.
So that's what I'm trying to think. He's one of the and they play through him. It's not like one of the ADCs where he doesn't lead the stats, right? He usually is above Angel in most of the categories. So yeah, FPX probably is a short line tomorrow and a pretty good play, but it's hard to shy away from Weevil, I think, for a DFS standpoint.
Yeah, they're both very affordably priced. I don't know where I'm necessarily leaning as my top team in this kind of grouping of 5. I think this is a little bit different than some of the slates that we've seen. There doesn't seem to be a standout game that you absolutely need to get a part of. Yeah, if I felt like there was one, it would be the RNG TES game. But we've seen some really poor performances from TES. This new roster that they've put together, I don't really know what to think. I know Kevin is sad. Big time Zoo Truther. Alan, any input on what you think in terms of the number one game if you were driving across state lines?
Yeah, that trip hasn't happened in a minute. The baby kind of put a damper on that, but
where would you have to go now? You can't go to Oregon.
Yeah, right. I'd
have to go to Idaho.
In Oregon, yeah, no, Idaho, you can't play there.
Isn't he the baby? What baby?
just goes to show kids ruin everything.
I'm 30 going on 13, Guggs. All right, fuck you.
Don't tell me about kids ruining everything.
But no, I think that this is the game, right? If I were looking at the slate and I was like, there's one game that I'm pretty sure the winning combination is going to be in. It's probably here just because the pricing works well, right? So it probably means that there's also going to be a lot of ownership going on. Fuck them kids. That's right.
We got some people asking me what the YouTube link is. What is it? Are they
in
just
the Discord?
The code? Oh, it's in the Discord? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm trying to bring some viewers in.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
I'm sending these to my cousin too.
Awesome.
I kind of disagree, Alan, but I don't. With the baby, Elliot, and mute your mic. Yeah, there you go.
This guy drinking
do
and
you
driving now too. Jeez.
Do you still play these slates?
No. No.
Okay. So I was looking at the stats. FPX have a really high DPL, but I don't know. I was kind of wondering, I guess if you're looking at this, how much do you factor in the teams that they've lost to? Because they lost to JDG and LNG. Both teams really push for kills. And Weibo is just not like that. So I kind of like taking their DPL with a little bit of a grain of salt and kind of just because they projected pretty well for me. Weibo did, but I'm kind of dampering it down a little bit. So I didn't know what your thoughts about that.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense to me. You'd probably know better than I do on this stuff. This happens at 2 a.m. That is the time at which I am asleep.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, getting off topic here. So Alan, I know you bet a lot on soccer, right? Did you know?
I do, yeah.
Did you know that Guggs is a youth soccer referee?
I'm a soccer referee, not just a youth soccer referee.
Oh,
okay. You're a what referee?
Shit.
Sorry, say that one more time.
I've been reffing soccer for 21 years.
Oh, damn. Yeah. I saw that was perhaps a topic of conversation that we were going to touch on, and I'm very excited about that.
Although I got an email today saying that if I don't pass the fitness test in April, I'm going to get downgraded.
So the breast really will have to go away.
I don't know if I want to get downgraded. Like, this was the email. Hold on, let's see if I can find it. So yeah, I've been reffing soccer my whole life, pretty much. I've done college games when I was in my 20s. I put on a little bit of weight, obviously, so haven't. But I still do a ton of like men's games. I just do kids on like Saturday, Sunday. Men's usually.
Yeah. How is the reffing adult league soccer? I play in 2 adult league soccer, and it seems fucking brutal to try and ref that.
It depends. I grew up in Toronto, so like you have a lot more ethnic teams there, where it'd be like a Portuguese team against like an Iranian team, or like an Italian team against like a Portuguese team, or like an African team against another like race, and then, like most teams are done based on like race and not like friendships. So the games get pretty like intense. I've had a game I did with my dad one time, and like these Algerians spit on him and like kicked them. It was fucking hilarious. Like I was only like probably 18 at the time, so it was crazy. Like, and my dad played like semi-pro too in Canada, so like he's always around soccer. But I don't know, reffing, you have to be dumb, deaf, and stupid to ref. So like sometimes it's better not to like listen or hear anything you say, because like I was called a bowling ball at a high school game this year. So I got like if they don't like you, they just don't like you. So like, they're like, so but I'm deceptively fast.
Guggs, how do you run up and down the sidelines?
I don't know what you mean by deceptively. I would have rated you as probably the fastest guy in here.
But I'm literally living off my 18-year-old self. Otherwise,
you said deceptively fast. I thought you said deceptively fat, and I was like, look, it's pretty. It's there.
I played hockey my whole life. Like, I'm still pretty quick. Like my kid, my 15-year-old, thought she could beat me in a race, and I'm like, are you insane?
I bet I can beat you in a race, Guggs.
Guggs, show us your 40 right now.
60 meters?
I think I could beat you in any distance.
Probably in
of
100.
race.
When I was athlete of the year in grade 7 and 8, just so you know. And then I was a seriously, I'll show you the plaques next time I go back to Toronto.
Guggs, I
wasn't laughing.
Guggs, I ran in college. I'm not worried.
Probably. I don't run long distance, so. But I was a 3-sport athlete in high school, and then I put on about 100 pounds since I graduated. So, but other than that, no. Like, I did a kids game in the summer. You want to hear a good story? I did a kids game in the summer. 7 a.m.
No. So what I want to hear, and the reason, so I had dinner or lunch. It was lunch. It was dinner. I had lunch with my friend the other day, and he told me his son, plays soccer. He's like 9 or 10. And he was talking about the ref who was just handing out yellow cards. Kids were crying. People were just falling over. And like she was just handing out yellow cards. These kids thought they were going to get suspended and all this crazy stuff. And so, they went on the attack with this with this angry lady. She was angry at life. And sometimes I feel like you're angry at DK, and maybe that boiled over to the soccer game, and you're angry, and you're probably handing out yellow cards. And so I have this feeling that there have been probably, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, some parents that were upset with you. So I'd like to hear some stories.
So let me preface this. So in Buffalo, we have a league called the BDSL. It's called the Buffalo District Soccer League, and it's a men's league. And there's about 7 or 8 divisions. In my first year reffing that league, solely reffing, I gave out 93 yellow cards and 8 reds. Okay, so 93. You know what the next ref had? The next ref had like 20 yellows. 20 yellows. Yeah, I got an email I got a text message from a girl, like one of the people that run the thing, and said, "Hey, these teams can't even cover their bonds anymore because you're giving out too many yellows." I've had games with like nobody getting red. Like I was very notorious for not giving out red cards, but like if there was 22 players on the field at the time, like 13 of them were getting booked. So I wish I had some of these like reports that I could like show you how many yellows I've given. But like 93 in maybe like 17 games, I would say. What does that average out to be? Almost.
You're definitely the type of guy. You're definitely the type of guy that calls taunting penalties.
No, this is what I go at it. Like, so if somebody wants to talk shit, I'm like right in their face, and we'll talk shit, right? And then like, like it's true,
kids.
Like I'll say, like, and the good part is they know like I
just cussing out 15-year-olds.
No, I'm talking men's. This is all men's league. This one, like the 93 yellows, is all men's league. So I get a text from the girl, and she's just like, "Hey, like from Monday, I have to do like a report, and I'm always late on doing like the report of like the cards. But every card they get, they have to pay like a certain amount, and once they get like 3 or 4, they're suspended for a game. So this one game, I was like, it was a colored team or a black team against another team, African team against like this, and it was like. They were just like dirty tacklers, and like so I waited till like so this is me. I don't give out yellows till about like the 20th or 30th minute, but then once I give out one, it's just like bang, bang, bang every single time. Just another yellow. So anyways, let's lead into that. So I led the league in yellow cards, which I'm not like fond of, but it was nice to be acknowledged as the referee who gave the most cards. Some of it I do because like I just don't like hearing like the shit talking. Like sometimes it's not even towards me. Like I give out like I would say out of like 93 cards, maybe like 17 of them or 20 of them are for dissent, or somebody doesn't like something I call, and I just tell them like, hey, I like if you were as good as you like, I just tell them they're shit at soccer. If they want to chirp me about reffing, I'm like, hey, like look at your first touch, it was so bad there. And then you complain to me that you want to foul. But hey, yes. What's going on?
What about the soccer moms?
Oh, so that's Saturday mornings. Like tomorrow, I gotta go to do like 8 and 9-year-old kids. I'm sure there will be some nice ones there. But with the mask stuff, it's been difficult to like tell who's an 8 and who's a 4. So
you ever ask them a little bit?
No, I kind of have to stay loyal at home. Otherwise, I got to move back to Canada. So
how often do kids
get
flop?
deported?
Sorry.
How often do the kids flop? How long? I mean, come on.
It depends. Like I rarely. So like honestly, in a week, I might do like 4 kids games and like 10 adult games. So like those nights I'm working till midnight during the weekdays, like they're all men's games. But like flopping, some kids flop. I mean, but they're kids. Like I had a game. So this summer I did like a mini game. It was like a U10 girls game, and it was like 8 o'clock in the morning. First game in the morning, right? They pay $50 for like an hour. So like, who wouldn't go do it? But anyways, this dad was just like ripping my like just for like 10 minutes of the game. He was just like chirping at me, and I'm like, do you realize where you are? It's Sat. So I'm like, so a ball went out. And he's like, man, how bad are you? And I'm like, I said to him, I said, it's 8 a.m. and you're at your 10-year-old daughter's soccer game. So why don't you just shut up and sit down and enjoy the game? And it was like at like 8 a.m. Like who comes to a soccer field at 8 a.m. when their kid's 10 years old and chirps the referee? Like it doesn't make sense. Like, do you know what you're watching right now? Like your kid could be at jazz or like dance class, but you chose to put him in soccer, and then you're going to yell at a referee at 8 a.m. Like I don't like. What are you expecting? That I didn't get the throw in right at like a 10-year-old game? Like what's going to happen if I miss the call? Like it's so ridiculous. I don't get it. There's that one. Like the bowling ball one was a good one because it was in the student section this year when I did a high school game. Like I do a ton of varsity games, and like I guess this one team was a bunch of like they're hillbillies. They're about like 20 minutes from my place, but they're in the country. So like
Guggs, every time you go to describe a team, my heart like just stops for a second because I'm not sure. Like, remember we talked about that line. You got real close to it. Let's dial it back. The Hillbillies is okay. Let's it's okay. We're all right, but like you're dancing.
Which one's the
you're
bad
dancing.
one?
Don't call people colored.
That would be one of them. Yeah, that's it's not. And we're not gonna talk about why it's not acceptable. It's just not.
Black History Month. They need their praise too. Like, come on. Like, I don't understand this connotation, but we'll leave it for another day.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, we will. But okay, so I the funny thing is, like, sometimes I have this ability to manifest things of no significance. And I was watching TikTok today. I knew that I've been going to do this show for several days now, and there was a video reminded me of you guys. It was a 10-year-old basketball game, and the referee was sitting here. The mom is videotaping the referee. He's eating a piece of pizza while he's reffing the game, and he's like, he's calling that. And everybody points out, like, in the comments, like, the mom's complaining about this, and they're like, the game is 2-2 in the second quarter. I don't think he's missing anything at this game right now. So I mean, have you ever almost come to blows? Has a parent gotten so upset with you that you've, I mean, probably your fault. Has this ever happened? And then we're going to get into Damn One Sandbox. But
this has been half the issue. So, like, half the issue is, like, it depends. Like, for the last, I don't want to say more parents. Like, I've probably fought more. I've threatened to take my jersey off and, like, go with somebody on the field in a men's game before. Yeah, like I just said, like, if you want to talk shit for 90 minutes, let's just go. Like, I'm like,
why are you taking off your shirt, though?
Because it's got my referee pad. No, it's because I don't want to be seen as a ref. Like, I'm not the ref anymore, so let me take off my shirt. Because if they punch the ref,
he's like a wrestler, like they get out to the ring, they take off the shirt.
No. If I've had somebody, like, rip my badge off my shirt, or, like, when I give him a yellow card, he takes my yellow card and, like, throws it. I've had that happen before. I've had, like, so that's a straight red. Once they do that, it's like red card. But, like, I've had a guy who just told me, like, I was shit for like 90 minutes. Like, how much longer am I going to sit there and take this shit? So after the game, I'm like, if you got a problem, come deal with me. Like, we'll do this right now. I don't care. Like, I've been at, face in somebody's chest because I'm too short, but I don't care. Like, I'll get knocked out one day. I've never got knocked out, which is nice.
How tall are you, Guggs?
I'm like 5'4" on a good day. Depends if I wear my knees.
Guggs, you kind of remind me of Don Vito.
I don't shy away. Like, that's the one thing. Like, I've always, like, one day I'm going to get knocked out. I don't know when that day is going to be. Like, even when I played hockey, I just would talk so much crap. But, like, I was fortunate enough not to get punched in the face. So,
dude, you were not 5'4".
What is that? What is that urge to take your shirt off before you fight? I've never understood that.
I explain it to you. If I fight somebody and I'm the referee, it's worse for them if I'm the referee. So if I take my shirt off, now
he's like the dude. He's like the dude at Subway that's like, "Yo, let me clock out first," and then
I
it's like they won't know. They won't know who I am if I take my ref.
They're not going to fire me if I clock out and go outside,
but
right?
I've watched multiple fights at the indoor soccer center I play at where the guys take the shirts off before the fight, and I'm just like, are you that restricted by your shirt that you're like?
Are any of them the referee?
No. The referee at ours is usually high and or drunk, so we're
yeah, I go to most of my games.
Paying attention to that.
I go to most of my games coherent.
So I think, like, instead of, like, doing these donations for Guggs and food challenges and buying them pizzas and wings, I think what we need to do is we need to start a collection. Every time you bank a contest, you put a little bit away, and we're gonna fly Guggs out to Washington to ref one of Alan's games.
Now we're talking. Dude, I
I'm pretty
guarantee
glad
you
Nathan
you'd
funded.
be a step up. I think that
Well, like,
they
listen,
might fly you out every week after that.
Nathan will
the
fund it.
soccer,
We're
the
good.
soccer in Buffalo is pretty good. Like, there's a lot of good like college players still here, so like the quality is good. Like, if you go to like that BDSL league and you ref like the top divisions, mind you, I'm getting like the second tier. Like, I never ref the championship. I might do like more of a line there because again, my physique not the best, but like I'm just like. I've ref for so many years that like I know the game so well. So I'm kind of, that's the one thing that goes for me. Like I'm out of shape when I show up to the field. They're like, "Oh, it's you." So it's not like, "Oh, look, it's that fat piece of shit again." But like I can actually keep up with the play for like good 40 minutes, and then like the second half I just walk. I can't do it anymore. So like it's hard. I like look at this. I'm almost like 280 pounds, and like I've ran like my games. I run like 6K some games. Like don't ask me how, but I do it.
I think like it's someone lifting their feet more than twice a game would probably be an
Indoor, though?
upgrade on the referees at my games. So
No, but indoor though, like you don't move. Like tomorrow I'll do like a 10U game, and I probably will like not move out of the center circle.
yeah.
So like I get it. There's days that you just want to chill, but like roughing the soccer, like soccer fans are just crazy. Like people who play soccer, they're not mentally stable. Like they're just not. Like they're not. Like one thing can go off and then there's a fight. Like there's just like you're always at like they're like a pop can that's been shaken, like shook. Like every single person that plays soccer plays like that mentality. It's not like basketball where it's like, oh, I'll just push you and stuff. Like you're one step away every single time from somebody getting punched in the face. And then it's just a melee. Like it's not like hockey. There's no respect. People get stepped on. People get kicked. People like do flying kung fu kicks, like drop kicks. Like it's not like hockey where like somebody's on the ground and we're just like, oh, it's fine. We'll let them get up. Like there, they don't care. They just stomp on them. Like it's soccer. People have no like.
I played a lot of soccer in my youth, and I don't recall the Royal Rumble Battle Royal that you're describing. Like it just I don't remember it like that. Look, it was a long time ago. So we got a little bit off topic, and it was great. But let's get back on because some people might just be like, "Hey, what is my cash lineup going to look like?" So instead of going to Damwon and Sandbox, because I don't care who wins that game, I don't think that that's going to be particularly exciting. And I'm not sure that there's a betting line on that. That's Damwon minus 800. That's exciting. What about this T1 Genji? Let's ask the number one fan of the LCK, Mr. Big Kev himself. Like, what are you thinking? Like, does this game in some ways interest you at all? Because it does for me, but I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm more interested. Fuck, I don't know. I'm more interested in T1. They have more upside, but they're also priced as faves. And I mean, the total game time of this series is going to be like 2.5 hours. So there's going to be 15. there's going to be 1,500 CS on the fucking jumpers. So obviously that interests me, and yeah, I don't know, like mini stacks I like from this game. I like T1 to win, sadly, because of the sub.
Can't fucking hear anything.
Can you hear anything now?
Because of the sub situation, I like T1, but
yeah,
I think it's a good game to target tonight.
Alan, what do you think?
I mean, I think that what Kevin said is probably pretty sharp. If it wasn't the sub situation, I think that Genji would be a lot more interesting from a like bet perspective. But if Peanut and Lehens are out, that's probably a little too much to overcome. Although like
this line is moved from minus 125 to minus 210, so
yeah.
People did not like
I'll probably play Peanut again like an idiot. So
yeah, I mean that probably makes Genji a pretty viable DFS play just because
I agree.
People are going to be afraid of that.
You just got a one-off Chovy is what you have to do. Baby
That's
go
like last time, right? Like
what is your play of conviction on this slate? It doesn't have to be this game. It can be a bet. It can be a DFS thing. Just Western style. You run like God sometimes. So tell us,
Sometimes, every time.
Look, dude, if you take even odds that TT is going to take a map from somebody and you win that
This
bet
guy's
off of, like,
literally,
multiple people,
never lost
like,
a bet in his
like
life.
they never won, and like he just takes TT just even odds because he doesn't want to be dealt with it. So what's the pick? What's the pick, Go?
So I get this feeling sometimes where, when you just know something's right, like I get that and I always just go with it. And it's normally like, I get the feeling. I think DWG has a ceiling game tomorrow.
Oh
100%.
my god, that's like the worst thing that you could have told me. Like when I wake up in the morning and if I'm live, the last thing I wanted to just depend on is Damwon scoring more than 60 points for their players. Like team slots have been outscoring them.
Who did Sandbox just play last a game or two ago? I can't look or it freezes my shit.
Who did Damwon play or who did?
They played Gen G. They played Gen G.
Okay, and didn't Chovy just go for like 200? Yeah, because I cashed with 2 zeros in my lineup. That's so.
Yeah.
Like if there's one team to potentially bring out a ceiling from DWG, I don't know. Why can't it be Sandbox?
All right, wait. Hey, here's a stat for you. In games that are not Gen G or T1, Damwon has an 11 kill per win.
Oh, it's terrible. I know. I don't play them. I hate
bad.
Game.
Literally, those are the only two teams that they play fast against.
You could technically, if there were like 2 Damwons on this, if it was a 2-game slate and Damwon was playing in both of the games, I would captain a team slot. I would captain the Damwon team slot because it's going to outscore Birdall. It's going to outscore Showmaker. It's going to outscore everybody.
It's definitely going to outscore Birdall.
Okay, but who's got a higher ceiling? FPX, Sunning, or DWG? I mean, I don't even think I'm even going to play the FPX Sunning game. That game just seems terrible to me. Like, terrible. Talk about a team that doesn't fight. Sunning does nothing. That team does nothing.
Man, there's a lot of teams on this slate that do just don't care. Like this isn't like OMG and up. Yeah. So let's digest that for a second.
Like my pool is so small tomorrow that if RNG wins, EDG wins, and DWG wins, then that's my pool. I mean, I don't.
You can't fit all those teams. They're all max price.
I haven't even looked at pricing yet, but I mean, I'll fit them one way or another. I won out Bro yesterday twice. I'm good.
Well, okay, so you can play T1 and EDG. You can play them together with an owner captain. I've just been running it while we've been talking. It's better than EDG and RNG where you're running a Flandre captain, and that means you have to play Bins. So those are some options that you have there.
How bad would you not play Hofong at captain tomorrow? Like you don't want to do that at all.
How'd you play Hofong at captain in cash?
Not in cash, but see, like.
Yeah, you can look, Guggs, play whatever you want in GPPs. Who cares? Yeah. Like, play whatever you want. Like, all of these games, I don't think one particular, if I had to pick one that I think is the best, I don't know, man. Like, that T1 Gen G game seems like it has some ceiling potential, but so does RNG and TS, so does Weibo and FPX. It's just how often do they actually get there, and it's not going to be frequently. But, it's strange because, like, look, we look at last night's slate, for example, and you've got Bro having the game of the life. You have 100 points out of another LCK as DRX just blows up. You've got 100 points out of
DRX, baby.
Betty. You've got Elk putting 80 points in a loss.
Betty had 50 points going into game 3.
But like here's the thing. You know who? So when you get LNG on the slate, nobody scores. Like you could have a 5-game slate. LNG's optimal with 75 points. But that just doesn't happen to other people.
Emmerich, let me ask you something quick.
Sure.
So we're talking about all these teams. Basically, we don't know when a ceiling is going to be hit. So why not take DWG at literally in some contests sub 5% at some positions, who might have the same upside as say Sunning, 4-man, even FPX 4-man, because Sunning will probably just hide in their base like pussies. I mean, I don't know. RNG just scales the shit out of games sometimes too. Like,
yeah, no. Look, I talked
4-man for their ownership all day.
I talked about this. It was a nice tax deduction for me that I chased those Damwon ceiling games last year.
I know,
and I missed it. I wasn't there for it. But the way that I looked at it is that every dollar I lost with Damwon, it was for every dollar, it was 40 cents I didn't have to pay in taxes.
That's true.
So that was one thing that I looked at.
Taxes.
Not everybody, but
It's garbage.
So is it nobody on TE, or we're not there yet, right?
We haven't talked about
Dude's too busy fucking shedding calories from his Chinese New Year. That guy is on the bench gaining weight.
Who?
Like, do you want to wait till we talk about TS or no?
Go ahead, talk about TS. What do you want to say? This is an open forum.
This is going to be the one time where everyone's going to fade them and they're going to win. Like as good as they're supposed to be this year, and as bad as they've been playing, this is going to be like, look at it. They made a couple changes to their lineup. I see that.
It's a major dude. Mark hasn't hit a Leona solar flare since like 2015. That guy's unplayable.
Well, to be fair, he had to position around Kramer. It's not like necessarily all his fault.
I mean, hey, you're positioning around Jockey Love now, so
if he's calling the shots tomorrow,
if
if Mark's calling the shots tomorrow, RNG's optimal. Okay, that's all.
Let's go Cavaliers.
But
I mean, I don't know. Like Guggs told us Astralis was going to win. Like, I mean, it was 2 weeks ago, and he's been saying it every single day.
Guess who I didn't play today?
You didn't play
just one more win till you get your money back, Guggs. You're only minus 2 units now.
Why are you playing backup ADCs in LPL? I can't be seeing that anymore.
Where? Oh, that was because I did my lineup in the shower. So like I got the IG down. Like I was like, oh sweet, I got the IG
out of the shower.
Yeah, it was like 12 at night. Do you guys think, like, honestly, I played tape. So I know you guys, like, some of these refund things are kind of serious, and some of them are, like, kind of. Once I get an email back from DK, it's not even about the refund anymore. Like, it's just about, like, how stupid their emails
It's war.
Now, Alan, I know you're not as present in the Discord as maybe you once were, given your child situation, you can't make the trips. Do you know like the story on Guggs? Like, I mean, I know you've caught up at points, but like, do you know what he does?
I have a somewhat of an understanding. So like,
I got an $85 refund last night because they made a mistake on a bet yesterday, and I went into the chat on like my sports book. And that ended up making me win like a couple. Like I just snowballed that after. So like sometimes it works. Like so there was a tennis match.
But was that a reasonable refund? Did they like grade a bet wrong? Because you asking for a refund when you're playing the wrong players is disgusting.
No,
then you were complaining about match fixing. You were complaining about match fixing in CS:GO.
Then he's talking about COVID-19.
Somebody who's like got sitting on the bench. And
Guggs wants DraftKings to reach out via carrier fucking pigeon and let him know at 3 a.m.
Guggs is sleeping. Guggs is sleeping, and he's upset that they didn't notify him while he was sleeping. That we notified him, and he still didn't make the change, and he still played a guy that he was notified was the starter 24 hours ahead of time, and he missed that.
That's just me doing, like I said. So like I hand build everything. So there's a lot of.
Oh yeah, I don't take you as a CSV guy.
So like, but in all honesty, like if I'm really gonna go, like you guys know, I only play like maybe a couple hundred. Like I'm not playing like I'm playing maybe 2 in a like trying to hit it. Like,
right. You only play like $30, but you'll bet like thousands on
exactly
on a tennis
painful. I don't even want to.
Or a bet down line.
So, but you get that though. So like, yeah, like some of it's like ridicule and like maybe I'm a fish on DFS, but like I binked here and there.
Maybe
like, it's not like but this is more just so I can watch something. Like I'm not like, but it does get me infuriated. Like even like that $30 is like an Instacart I don't have to do. So like, why not?
Dude, try entering $400 worth of lineups and waking up to seeing Peanut and Lehans not even in your lineup.
Hey, that was my point. So like,
look, those are usually the best slates. I mean, I remembered it. It's infamous, and it was funny that you brought it up, Go, because I was thinking about it the other day. It was the crisp with severe pains. Goes out. Baby Goat would have had like the nuts, but because he didn't, I ended up binking, and I was very grateful because I wasn't playing crisp. And
it was brutal, man. Like
that was some bullshit.
And then yesterday I wake up. To see the 333, I got like 1% owned Chovy nuking.
And well, you know why he's 1% owned is because like it was supposed to be with Young Jay.
Then I see my other guy. I forgot who I paired him with. They did great. and I'm like 100 off first, and I see Peanut and Lehans not playing, and I somehow manage a cash out of that. I don't even know how.
What time are you going to sleep, my dude?
Like 10.
Oh my lord!
Dude,
That news came out early. That was like 12:30.
But that was after. Was that after the RA slate? Because I mean, to be fair, Goat was drinking at like 8 a.m. After RA let us all down.
If I didn't have class, I would have been right there with them.
We should have been rich, man. That was like the easiest slate we fucked up on. What was it? Chalk?
I fucked up the most.
Chalk
I played the wrong person.
I mean, I binged, but
who did IG play? Or who was the other Chalk?
They played RA.
It was JDG. So you just fucking slammed JD. You just slammed JDG.
4-man and IG. It was like a print fest. Yes, that day. My God, don't even bring it up, dude.
All right, so we've talked about the LPL and the LCK. I'm sure anybody that's watching got a ton out of that.
Hold on, no, I serious question.
Okay.
Does anyone have in front of them what is Sandbox like deaths per game? Deaths per loss, sorry.
Like 20.
No, it's not. It's like 15 or 16. It's 14.66, not counting the Gen G series.
So like 15 or 16.
Yeah, it's usually 12 to 13. They have like a 17 and a 19 that drives that up, but they have 3 games of 12, 2 of 13.
I just see DWG just styling on him for some reason, just letting loose.
They
don't style.
But look, man, that is like Damwon is the team that doesn't need to kill you to win. Like if there's going to be a team that's going to win, like I think they might even be working towards that. That might be one of their goals, is trying to get a actual win without a kill, and then they're like, "Yo, Berto, like just don't die, bro. Like let's just." Like just don't do it. Like, yeah, I know you're gonna get dove, but like Gragas, like you can't actually die if you have hands.
It's the Golden Guardians slate from a couple years ago, and they won like 3-0 in the LCS.
So do we think Gen G's I mean, I could see everyone flocking to T1 Gen G.
Yeah, I mean, T1 has played a lot more. Like, I think that line is wrong. I'm probably going to bet T1. I think Gen G should be a bigger dog than they are. Moose sent me a message and he was questioning that. He was questioning RNG. I think RNG should be like the favorite that they are. I definitely think that they've been playing better. I am, as appreciative as I am to have Nathan on here multiple times. Him telling me to play 4 Rogue and convincing me of it was absolutely atrocious. And actually, that's a good leeway here. Talking about running like God, like Alan, how did you get a best ball team A with all the Rogue players, B with all the EDG players, and then how did you somehow luck into Johnson with the last pick overall in another league? Like, total points is.
People are drafting full fucking RA teams in these drafts, man. These drafts are every draft that I'm not in is so fucking fish. I'm like fighting to get. I'm fighting.
No, you drafted full TES.
I'm fighting to get like one correlated player, and this guy's out here drafting entire EDG teams, and people are drafting entire V5s and RAs. It's just a disaster.
My best test ball is like EG and the LCS. I got like 3 guys in there: Vulcan, Danny, and someone else.
No, we're gonna pull it up. Let's
the problem is I'm just gonna lose with the Rogue because they fucking lost today.
What about tomorrow?
I guess, but like, who knows? I mean, when it matters, if your stack bombs, you're fucked. So I don't know if stacking is the way. I wavered today.
Dude, who's got the XL stack? That's sexy.
They hurt my feelings.
So take a look at this. I mean, okay, everybody else is in the 300s, and this guy's at 423, and the median is at 353, just destroying everybody. Then we have the next week. When I'm scoring it, I'm like, oh, okay, half. Yeah, this is a good score. Who's he playing? I'm like, oh, fuck me, it's me, dude. And I've got like a Vitality XL stack. 336. I'm at 228. Like everybody else is in the 2s. He's like 100 over.
Yeah.
245. Again, he's like 50 to 60 higher than everybody. And this is he punted Gen X. Like he has a player that doesn't even play and it's worthless. and he is just he's got Unforgiven and like a 3 rogue stat. Like how did we let that happen, man? Like I don't understand. I did want Malring and you stole him from me.
I remember that in the draft you were upset a couple of times about the rogue picks. I saw an LEC analyst who put out their rankings preseason and they had rogue in 8th place. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like I cannot. I don't know.
But do you remember what Comp was like when he was on Vitality?
Yeah,
I think that was
He's fine.
But he wasn't Han Sama. Like if you
honestly look at it now, though, bro. He was playing with Lebrov. Lebrov sucks. I'm so tired of seeing people say that this guy is just so underrated support. He's top 3, top 4.
John with that first overall pick. Well, or not first overall, but first round pick. We'll have to talk because John is booked for next Friday, guys.
Lebrov is terrible. Alfari is terrible. Self-made is bad.
Alfari looks like hell. You're right,
dude. Oh God, like I'm so tired of hearing people talk about Lebrov.
Today's LEC.
This guy has been outplayed with Comp, Crown Shot, and Carzy, and he's looked like shit with all 3 of them. And all people can ever talk about is how promising he is.
So yeah, it looks like you're in a bad spot half of this week because you're going a 3-stack G2. You got Mersa who's having a good game, and then you have White Knight who
White Knight had like 50 points.
Like Armut had a bad game. Like I guess you can't always run like God, but let's take a look at another one of his.
Who won
lineups.
the Mad game today? Sorry, I didn't watch.
It was G2. It was G2.
That's what I told. I knew it too.
That was
14-4, just like I said. So here this one is not. This is not as. It is though. Look, he's C9 digged up with a Fly Johnson who just had like a 90-point game.
Oh my God, this team! Okay, I understand getting a lot of C9 though because people are very conflicted on them.
No way.
Good.
Yeah. I have contracts. Get him off my team. That guy sucks. Oh my God.
Yeah, dude, I have him in the other one. I've got the contracts. I have contracts or I have like a Luger Poom thing going on. I think in the 20 and the 25. Where is it? This team's garbage. Like I've got Fudge who's playing Enchanters. Santorin had his stealing game and I couldn't even win. Summit's gonna be just like chilling. Like I got Neo and Luger, but like those are my 2 best players. Like are gonna score the most.
I ruined my 3 EG with fucking Palafox and contracts. Kidding me, man.
Dignitas was definitely a rogue type team for me too. Like the idea that River, who was one of the better junglers in the PCS, was just gonna suck ass in the LCS is like so fucking ridiculous.
Were people spewing that?
Well, it was more that people thought Blue was gonna be bad.
Yeah,
he was gonna be the worst import, and he's actually looked really good.
He's just stalking everyone.
Yeah, but I mean, like, when has an EU mid come to the LCS and been like complete dog shit? It's almost never happened. Yeah, exactly. But like, I never got that, and like, I mean, even the teams thought that because they picked Dignitas as the last place team in the lock-in.
And I'm like, Dignitas' support?
These people need to hire me.
Remo, maybe.
What is that guy's name? I don't know.
Who's their support? I don't even know. Esports out, by the way.
It's Neo and
it's not. No, it's not Afro anymore. He's on FlyQuest.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is their support?
What is Biofrost?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought Biofrost was going to be terrible.
I mean, I don't think he's good. I don't. Yeah, I think he'll probably just be fine.
Hey, speaking of River, at least we weren't the idiots playing Maple in our 4 AL lines.
Who played Maple?
Is that someone like supposed to be directed at?
Somebody
I don't
posted
know.
a lineup.
Who played Maple?
Peralta or whatever from FTN.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. So,
ouchie.
hey, wasn't Carney? Weren't you supposed to email me some sauce, man? We need it for next Friday.
Yeah, yeah. I'll send it out probably tomorrow. But how the fuck am I gonna email you sauces, my guy?
Sorry, not email, or whatever.
I'll mail it to you though. I got your. I was gonna call a pizza company close to your house and send you a pizza.
Oh fuck yeah!
I wasn't gonna pay for it though. It's gonna be a big ass one too.
Oh my god!
You know what your pizza costs? So I never knew this, but in Buffalo, there's no such thing as like a small pizza or a medium pizza. It's only small or large. There's no walk-in specials. There's no like, you can't walk in the store and be like, give me that $7.99 large walk-in. It's like a large pizza in Buffalo costs $40.
I think I'm gonna go in and get a beer.
All right, go for it. But I mean, looking at this lineup right here, this doesn't make any sense. Like, how did you go from Scout to Viper and then GG, Mako, and somehow Flandre is just chilling there in the 5th round for you?
Yeah,
Bro,
that one was the most confusing
look at
shit I've ever seen.
Guy, he's taking V5 in rounds 1, 2, and 3, and then Wandelch is
Camera.
taking Ultra Prime. That's how.
This was actually the draft where we had to change. We had to go back because I think Wandelec picked.
He didn't pick a top player.
He picked Breathe. He picked Breathe to start with, and we had to like run it back.
Breathe is still the best. Is Breathe? I'm still on Breathe. Breathe is the best.
No. Wandelch didn't have a top laner. I remember we told him he had to draft.
Right, but he originally picked Breathe.
That's right.
And then we had to explain. No. Like his first overall pick was Breathe, and then we like something happened, and we were like, "Yo, yeah, you don't have to take Breathe. Like that's not like no."
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, so
you should have had that talk with him when he took Cryan in the 2nd round.
How's my LCK? Am I still in first in that one?
No, I don't think so.
25. With my Peter pick, who I didn't even pick.
Yeah, you are. You're 6-0 somehow.
Oh shit! Somehow with a, and I didn't even pick Peter.
How fast do we think EDG beats Wii? And are there any Wii Sharks again? I need the Wii Sharks to come out again.
No.
Western style.
No, I have EDG with 36 kills in a sweep.
I was gonna say I think they win in.
That's pretty good.
I think they win in like 48.
Their KP's pretty good. So I mean, 18 you get.
You're looking like mid 80s, 90s for them.
Who? What is?
Yeah, in a sweep like 97 for Viper is what I have.
What is TES's ownership projected tomorrow?
Probably low.
20%.
Sub 10%. No, sub 10%.
No way. There's no way that Knight. There's no way Knight and Jackie Love are going to be sub 10%. There's no way.
I think they
some
will.
contest for sure.
Well, give me an over under and I'll bet it with you.
In the 3-3-3 under 10.
Under 15 for. I'll say under 20. Under 20.
Under 20. Oh, okay.
I looked at Wayward's pool. He plays a lot of Aatrox and Lee Sin. Maybe they up again.
I mean, that's just somebody that's playing whatever is meta there.
Yeah,
So,
that was meta last
RNG
summer.
not as so. At the beginning of the year, was TS not supposed to be one of the best teams in the LPL?
They were, yeah.
Do their jungle.
According to me and Kevin, yes, they were.
Or like stat wise, who was the favorite to win the LPL?
EDG.
E
I think it was RNG.
So because it looks like RNG have fallen from what they were not stat wise, but like betting wise, they look like they've not been the force that they were last year. Like they're not getting like this. If RNG was as good as they were supposed to be last year, this line should be much higher, especially if TES is playing as bad as they've been playing this year, right? Or are they just waiting for a TSC like pop off game? So that's why the line is so close.
Well, okay, so Gelati's explained this. A lot of times the line is based off of like futures and stuff like that to some extent. And so top is always going to have just a better number as a result. But plus 163 is probably one of the biggest lines that we've seen on top in a while.
Like 2 years. Yeah. I don't know if top's ever been plus 163.
But also they don't have two guys in their lineup that they're supposed to like two new players involved pretty much.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
Like at what point will they like? And that's the thing. Like, why not just throw in Quintan too tomorrow? Like, why are they playing Tien? Like, why not just?
Well, because one's a
Both of their
top and one's a jungler, so they want to
Sorry.
play wayward. We've seen Big Q. We know what Q does, and it's nothing special.
I think that -1.5 looks kind of nice.
Yeah,
on
I
So do I
agree.
get
RNG.
Zoo? So Zoo
For
doesn't play
RNG,
tomorrow,
Alan?
but I get points.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that's a number that.
So you think
can
RNG sweeps tomorrow?
I think it's
Yeah,
very.
that's what-
I think it's very. I think there's stuff going on behind the scenes with Top Esports that it's. I think it's pretty bad. But whatever's going on with them, I think it's pretty bad. I don't know. They should be so good and they're so bad.
So for the people who max their lineup, are they going to have TES?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nate will be all over TES. I'm certain.
That's what I'm trying to like get. So if I put in 1 or 2 lineups and I'm playing TS and EDG, like somebody who's playing multiple lineups are going to have a combination of something like that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like you're playing, you're doing the really popular thing is that you play like a dog, and then you try and play really safe on top of it, and that's just not necessarily the way to do it. Like you can go with the favorite, but don't go with the biggest favorite. It's like so an example, like when you're building lineups for, let's say, like the LEC on today's earlier slate, and you wanted to do a team one-off, and you have just like unlimited salary, a lot of people will go to Rogue as the team that they want to go to because it feels like it's the safest team. But I would tell you that, and obviously hindsight's 2020, but that's not the play that you want to make. You don't want to go to Rogue. You want to go down a step or two, because anybody that's building that lineup is going to go to Rogue. But they might not go to Fnatic. They might not go to Vitality. And in any of those situations, they're not necessarily any good, but that's kind of the thought process in building those lineups.
I don't think I ever really pick the best team slot. Like, I don't think I ever really go out and try to
What
pick
is your-
the number.
What does your RNG damn one optimal look like, Emmer?
Yeah, let me see that.
That's gotta be
with
support
DWG team.
captain, I think, or top. Yeah, top.
I like a 3-3 with DWG team.
Yeah, I mean, with what I mean,
that
DWG, like, their team's really expensive. That's the thing.
That Ben?
Yeah.
So,
Oh God, you can't top captain. That's impossible.
no, you don't want Ben and Berto both in your same lineup. Maybe we'll circle back to this, but let's not make the mistake that we made, and I have to have a morning stream again. Let's talk about the LEC. Like, first off, I think we have kind of a banger in some way. We got BDS and XL. Alan, what are your thoughts here? BDS XL.
Let me throw this in my thing real quick. But my first initial reaction is that BDS is like maybe one of my largest positions of
The
the
Sharks
year.
are fading that match, by the way.
Oh wow.
This line for Australia's is a nightmare.
I just think that, like, XL coming off of a good-ish looking win, and I think they're kind of full of shit. Nuke Ducks still plays for the team. They played Zeri mid, which is kind of a a shocker, surprise sort of pick. I don't believe in XL at all. So, and I kind of like BDS, even though, like, I think BDS is very stupid but pretty talented, and so that's usually the kind of team I like to.
Their jungler Syncroft is so good.
Yeah, I think that
Syncroft
Syncroft has been really, really good.
So what's their weak spot? Adam's just been killing them. Like, today I played BDS. I played BDS and I'm pairing them with.
Yeah, Adam sucks. Adam has always been bad.
And Maddie,
honestly, it's just like decision making in general.
Yeah,
and like Adam is sort of the the catalyst of that. It seems like a lot of the time.
griefer.
But he was ahead almost all. Wasn't he ahead for like the first 20 minutes of the game?
He's almost always ahead in lane. Like, he's a very mechanically talented player. Yeah.
He's a really aggressive laner.
Isn't he a young kid too?
Yeah, he's like 19.
Yeah.
I feel like BDS always plays for the early game, like lightning fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the stats right now, but I think XL might have some of the best stats in the league.
I don't know.
I could be wrong though.
I think I'm off the XL train. I like Misfits tomorrow.
No, I mean, like, when we're talking about betting lines, and I think that's where we're at here. I think BDS at plus 135 is absolutely the spot. I think a lot of these dogs are good, but like BDS has played well. They just haven't been able to put together that late game, and that's exactly where Excel sucks. They are really good early. You're getting plus odds on them. I think you take a position on this BDS spot at plus 135, and I don't even think you think twice about it.
Oh, slam it.
I bet way worse, so why not?
Guggs, you want to lay some cash down for me on that?
You want it? If you want, just Venmo. We're good.
I'm the dissenter.
Or PayPal. If you PayPal, no problem.
I mean, look, when you're looking at dogs on this line, you have BDS at plus 135. I think that's bettable. You've got Misfits at plus 250. I think that's bettable. Astralis at plus 270 against G2. I don't know if I want to go there.
That line, so this is my issue. G2, this line is a bullshit. Like, they should be plus 600
we're not
again
at that
today.
game yet.
Oh, he just kind of talked about it. That's why. So he said plus 270, right? Like, why wouldn't you be if G2 just beat Mad today, and they were plus 6+ today against Rogue. G2 and Rogue. I mean, G2 is probably a step down from Rogue, but not that far behind Rogue. Why are we not getting at least 5 on Astralis?
Because they won today.
Because they won one game. Like, so if they lost today, would they be 5+?
I think they'd be plus 350.
I mean, look, I don't try and figure out how they're making the line sometimes. I just try and figure out, like, is this line bettable?
But you can't bet that. You can't take Astralis at 270 tomorrow. There's no. Even if they win, it's not. I don't think it's a good play. Like, even if they beat G2.
I think G2 is the best team in the LA scene. It's not even close.
But that's what I'm saying. So if today Rogue is minus 1,200,
you think G2 is the best
That's
team?
hot. That's hot to me.
me and Al had the same exact reaction.
Like, you think they're that much better than Rogue?
Yeah, dude.
I mean, imagine how good Vitality would be if they had Yankos, Broken Blade, and Targamos.
Broken Blade's been great too, man. G2's comps have been insane. I mean, Flax, like, what, top ADC in the LEC right now?
What?
Dude, who's better than him right now? Like,
fucking train.
Oh.
Yeah,
Not even close.
Dude, already playing Volibear too much.
Oh man. Yeah. So no, they're not that much better. I don't even think they're better than Rogue, but like, you're entitled to your opinion, but they're not like.
Have they played yet? I think Rogue beat him, right?
Yeah, they should stop.
They just they destroyed G2.
It was Yankos' fault then.
Yeah.
I would like to point out to you, Guggs.
I'm pretty sure I remember. Yeah.
I would like to
So
point out
hey,
to you,
when it
Guggs.
happens again, maybe we can get some Western style bets on.
Oh yeah, dude, I will throw.
I'm too lazy to get my charger, so I am going to say.
Wait. Before you go, Guggs, I would like to point out XL is in favorite parlays tomorrow.
Okay, with who?
I've got XL parlayed with the Rams on Sunday.
But why?
Because it's a lock.
He just said to play BDSL or BDS.
No, I know. I think XL is going to kill him. Everyone else likes BDS but me.
All right. So, Guggs, if you're about to leave us with. Do you have another story, or did we?
Oh
get to that
God,
story?
my phone's gonna fucking die.
Oh shit! Well, what do you want? Soccer?
Yeah, soccer pants. Sorry,
I think soccer would be good. I would ease on the racism, maybe.
But is this a Canadian versus American thing? Because I'm not racist in Canada. So like,
yeah, it must be. That must be it. Anyway, continue.
I would say America has a little more sketchier past with racism than Canada does.
Yeah, like people are so soft on TikTok. I made a comment about like why we have like
oh god, the soccer thing.
Let's go with the soccer story. Yeah.
I wanted to hear the TikTok story.
Well, he can DM you privately.
You guys can do that in Discord.
Let's hear the soccer story.
All right, so there was a again. I had a game. You want a parent story or a player story?
Parent story.
Yeah,
preferably.
parents probably better.
I had parents like before. Like I had one kid who like I've never like put like I'm very close to like I never like touch kids or like You know, like no, like you see those videos of like refs pulling kids off. Other like, I don't even get involved in that because I don't need.
So I would say I'm never physical with kids.
Yeah,
Not
there
like,
it is.
I
never.
not like
You could
What
have
a
just said I
story.
never pull kids off.
Never
Really, I mean
touched
that would have been really more descriptive than I never touch kids.
But okay, but anyway, let's go on. Like
Anyway.
maybe it's different in
So, like-
Canada, like the verbiage.
So 2 weeks ago, or not 2 weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, I had a game, and like it was a 10-year-old girls game, and the girl picked the ball up, like the goalie picked the ball up with like maybe like a minute left in the game. So the player passed it back, and goalies can't pick the ball up if a player passed it back. So she ended up trying to pick up the ball, and I was like saying, "Don't pick it up, don't pick it up." So she picked the ball up anyways, and I'm like, "Oh my god, now I have to call a foul." And the parents are going to lose their mind because it's going to be like a free kick in the area. So I don't make the call, and the other coach is like just pissed. So then she holds on to the ball for over 10 seconds, and she only gets 6 seconds. So I end up blowing the whistle and giving them a free kick inside the box anyways. So they end up scoring with like 20 seconds left in the game. The parents on the field like literally came over to like the referee, like we go across field, and then you said the girl is crying. You made this little 10-year-old girl cry. She doesn't even know the rules. And I'm like, listen, I'm just here to do my job. Then they went out and complained to like the admin staff, like, why do you have these people here? They don't know what they're doing. And I'm like, ma'am, I don't work in customer service. I'm just here to ref the game. Like, if your daughter doesn't know how to play the game, it's not my job. My job is not to coach the players. My job is to ref the game. They were so irate. Like they literally went to the front of their coach came up and was talking to me, and he knew soccer, so he didn't really he wasn't that mad, but like the parents were just livid with me. I literally had to wait for the whole team to leave before I even left. Like this was like a 10-year-old girls game, and I didn't want to walk out like through the parents because like they were just gonna like rip me apart. So I made the right call, but like I could have. The other problem was the other coach, he was like another ref too, so I kind of like I gave him kind of a favorable call, but it was the right call. But it's like at the end of the day, like these parents, they come in your face. Like I've been face to face with a couple parents, but like nothing like it's more coaches. Like parents tend to not really they'll chirp from the sideline. So like I've been called like bowling ball, fat ass.
I think that his phone died.
I think that means his phone died.
His last word was just fat ass. And he's gone.
Oh, Guggs.
Oh, that was great.
That was
Oh,
gorgeous.
Man. I just looked ahead to Sunday's slate and wonderful. We've got another fucking Kwangdong slate. Can't wait to fucking play them again.
They suck.
They're so bad, but I play them every slate.
Why?
I played them every slate.
Kwangdong? That's me. It's me here, X.
He's back.
Yeah, so just, like I've been told to eat like another Twinkie. Like there's things people say, but we don't even have Twinkies in Canada. So like I didn't really like get offended by that. But I don't know. Like I have more stories about players, like going face to face with players, like than parents. I mean, parents are generally nowadays like you always get that one crazy parent, but they're not like they don't really attack refs where I am anymore. Like they might say something but
Anymore?
like I wouldn't want to do like what parent like at a game. I've seen some TikToks like people going after refs. Like if you're a parent, I didn't tell you I almost got tossed out of my JV game the other day. I almost fought the other coach. I got teed up in a bench warning. Like who gives me a bench warning in a high school basketball game? I went over to the other court on the other side of court and was like screaming in this guy's face last week. So and then we lost by 20. So it didn't work out very well. But we're 9-2, so like I don't really.
But you didn't motivate. That didn't like rile up your team and motivate them, showing them that you were going to fight for them. Like it didn't work.
Well, this coach in the game so I played them 2 weeks ago, and we beat them by like 25. And like we kept fouling. They had a guy who was 6'4", and he couldn't hit he would hit the top of the backboard every time he took a free throw. So I just said, let's keep fouling him and send him to the line. And the coach was like, that's not good coaching. That's not good coaching. Look what he's telling his parents and complaining to the refs. So I'm like, well, if you guys don't practice free throws, that's not on me. Like, sorry, I don't care. So
Guggs out there hack-a-shacking in
yeah,
JV
swear to God.
basketball.
So we go to his gym, and let me get you this. This was the day that there was, I don't know if you guys heard, there was like a shooting in one of the Buffalo public schools, like on Thursday, I believe. So we were at another school in the hood, and like this school is like super hood. The coach is, I don't know how to phrase this now, but anyways, he wore a 3-piece suit to the game because this was like his game of the year. So like he pressed my team the whole game. They were up by like 20 with like 3 minutes left, and he kept pressing, and I put my scrubs in, and like they didn't know what to do. So he just kept pressing, and he shot maybe 23s in the last minute of the, like 2 minutes of the game. So in the first quarter, he comes up to me and he goes, "Tell your guys to stop fouling my players. They're going to hurt somebody." And I'm like, "Are you talking to me?" And he goes, "Every time you do the shit." So I went over and I'm like, I told him you didn't want this smoke. And he's like, "Do you even know where you are right now?" And I'm like, legit, I crossed over the center line and I was in front of his bench. And I'm like, don't you ever tell me. Like, I grew up in Toronto. I don't give a shit about your hood Buffalo lifestyle. Like, if you want to shoot me, just shoot me at the end of the day. I don't care. Like, literally, like, what are you threatening me with? Like, if you want to fight, let's go. And to be honest, this was one of the only people. But this is like a person I was even taller than. Like, I'm shocked that I was even taller than. But he's just a punk. Like, he's a TA at the school, not even a teacher, and he shouldn't have the job in the first place. And this was another Buffalo public school, so we both have like the same like management.
Hold on. I gotta stop here. Are you a teacher?
Yes. Who didn't know that? Like, has this guy ever been in Discord? Like, ever? How many hours do I spend teaching? Like, be honest. Like, very
0.
Like
he co-teaches a class. He's not even like they don't have one teacher either.
Yeah, no ELA classes anymore in New York State, or at least in this area have like one teacher anymore. They just don't. So like I get a lot of downtime because like I'm a new teacher, so I let the other teacher run the class really while I sit him back and do the people's work, like emailing DK, trying to get like refunds, like so
doing the Lord's work. Yeah.
All right. So no, but like so anyways, I get to this my team is 9-2. So really I didn't care if I really lost that game, but like, I literally was flat out, like, screaming at this guy's face. And the coach comes over, or the team comes over, the ref comes over and he says, "Bench warning." And then I'm like, "Why are you guys even here today? Like, you guys are trash." So, and then he gave me a technical. So I've gotten one technical every year. Last year I got a technical. I had to walk all the way down to the other end of the floor at the free throw line and tell the ref how bad he was. And he gave me a T for that. So I get about 1 T a year as a coach.
Fair enough.
But, like, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to fire up your team one way or another. Like, I don't shy away.
Well,
I'm
look,
so lucky.
I don't pretend to know, but you're 9-2, so you're obviously doing something right.
Yeah,
we're losing you though. We're losing you though.
Yeah, I haven't gotten like anything in the last 2 minutes.
That's about the end of that.
God, yeah, I don't know if your phone. Yeah, your phone's not working, bud.
I'm losing percent here by the minute. Oh, phone's dead.
All right, well, we'll talk to you later, Guggs. Thanks for the story.
I can't wait to see Guggs' line tonight.
I think he's just gonna play top esports.
I think he's gonna play top esports. So let's figure out like who are we gonna play? Like, is there so if we were playing cash, if we were the safest team is EDG, right? But I don't know if we want to play EDG. I think you play, and I don't know. I don't feel like I'm not playing cash. Let's just put it that way. So whatever.
The bad cash slate.
It's one of the I mean, I think that there are a couple spots that you could take a stab at, but I'm just not loving it.
T1, DWG, Nathan Special, LCK.
Does Nathan really play double LCK in cash?
He recommended it once on the show. That's the only reason why I give him a hard time for it.
It depends. Like, Nathan is just basing it off of the odds. And he's trying to get the most favorable odds off of the line in his lineup. And that's why he liked Rogue as minus 1,500. You're looking just for that median and for the safety. So that's how he operates in like head-to-heads. And obviously not in winner-take-alls or anything like that. So
I could see like small field T1 RNG looking kind of interesting, like that 181 that Emmerich wins every week.
I thought that T1 EDG one with owner captain didn't look bad.
Yeah,
I think that's a pretty safe lineup. Just because both, I don't know. I think a lot of these teams, as safe as like RNG is, I have some hesitation. I think RNG and EDG are both super safe and similar. RNG probably scores a little bit more often, but they also lose more often, as opposed to EDG, who I don't think ends up losing to WE in most of their lifetimes.
Yeah, I think you just play EDG. Like they're so safe with such a high floor. If they 2-0, like what's the lowest they're gonna score? 70? Like with their kill participation, if they've got
for sure.
Yeah, they just feel so safe.
You could always gamble on like an FPX, just slaughtering shitty Weibo.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're playing GPP, you are taking a shot at like these two games right here because that makes a ton of sense, and maybe pairing it with this team or this team right here and taking it from that, or if you're feeling really froggy because you've had a couple drinks, maybe you go with that damn one and you try and chase that. That feels like a bounty hunter 44 kind of lineup for me.
No, I'll definitely have at least 1 4 damn one in the 3-3-3
9. It's good. That's just 99 lineups I have to beat.
Until they do that, I think they're nuke. The nuke is coming,
dude. Because I'm gonna wake up at 6 a.m. to watch this TES game. Dude, if I wake up,
well,
I probably won't wake up till 6:30. If I wake up and I turn on the fucking LCK stream and this damn one team has 20 kills, like I'm just gonna ask you for lottery numbers from now on. I'm gonna go just start playing the Powerball and I'll give you 50% of whatever we win. Like,
are they first or last?
They're the last game.
Oh yeah. Last game narrative too. They are. Yeah, they're new.
The game probably won't start till 7 a.m. because T1 Gen G is gonna go 45 minutes. Then they're gonna have their 25-minute break in between. Yeah, and then they're gonna go to 3 games. So we'll see we'll be rolling the LCK into LEC this week.
So let's say this. Let's get a conviction, whether it's a parlay, whether it's a GPP, whether it's whatever. I don't give a shit what it is. Baby Goat. I think we know where yours is. It's Damwon is nuking. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's 100%. And then I'm fully fading Sunning. I don't even care if they win. They're just gonna score like shit.
I'm not gonna play Sunning either. I might play a little bit of Weibo, but no Sunning. Kev, where are you at? What's yours?
What's my what?
Your Western style conviction. Give me a conviction here.
Put your nuts in the.
I think the winner of the T1 Gen G, I think that the winning 80 carry is going to have 115 points tonight.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, sure. Oh, okay. In that one game, I thought you were just saying the optimal one. I was like, yeah.
That game, the winning 80 carry is going to have 115 points.
Alan, what do you got? I know you're not playing DFS, so if you want to put down like something that you're going to do, go.
Yeah, I think the RNG -1.5 plus 145 is a good one. I would like that very much. I mean, I think if I were playing DFS, I'd probably play RNG in most of my lineups too.
Oh, I like that. See, I was like teetering on wanting to play TES, but dude, I hate Tien. I think he's dog shit. I think Wayward's probably dog shit. Mark, I know he's dog shit. Like,
yeah, Tien sucks. I don't know enough about Wayward, but
so but here's let me give you a narrative. Let me give you a narrative. Wait, hang on. Let me give you a narrative on why Tien's okay. There are enough priority jungles and other bans that you need to do that Tien's going to get Viego.
He's going to play Viego, exactly. That's all he's going to do. And Viego.
Well, he's going to be able to play Viego, and that's like the only place that he's good.
It's crazy because Viego is a champion designed around knowing how to play other champions, and he can't play anything but Viego. This guy just plays Viego or Lisa in every single game.
I mean, if I was playing them, like I would, I don't even care. Like I would B1 or R1 ban Viego. Like it would just be like in my first set of bans.
You'd have to.
I mean, they might do that. in
Way's good.
playoffs or whatever.
Maybe
Can you imagine? Wait, like so Zoo came out with like some post that
I saw that. Yeah.
that he's had some mental issues too. Can you imagine like what kind of shit show that team must have been at the beginning when it was like Tian and Zoo and they're both having like mental breakdowns?
Neither of them are fucking mentally able to play.
Zoom's like
they're
I
just
fucking
crying backstage. Please sub someone else in. I can't do it today.
Zoom's like, what the fuck did I do? And
Yeah.
like Jackie Love's like, come on, man. Like, what's the
Jackie Loves,
the sustainability of like playing League of Legends for 12 hours a day, like a lot of these like Korean and Chinese teams do. It's like it's no wonder that these guys are all having a terrible fucking time. Like it's one of the two things. They're either just mentally destroyed or literally nothing can shake these people. Yeah,
it's true. one or the other. Because I mean, League of Legends is not a fun game. It is not fun to play
when you're losing, for sure.
Yes, winning.
It's not even fun to play when you're winning, honestly. Because I just get mad.
I have fun when I'm
mad
playing
that the other team
like...
won't FF.
Emmerich, what's your fucking conviction? I haven't heard shit.
I just run
Put
the
your
show,
nuts
man.
in the fucking shop.
Just run the
show. My conviction is that let's see who's playing. Zahu's going to lead the scoring on the slate. I think RNG crushes Tess. It's a 2-0, and Zahu and Gala. Like I think they're a small stack though. So the RNG is the optimal small stack. I'm the big one. Fine, fuck you. FPX and RNG. There it is.
Oh god.
LWX captain. Can we do it?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Gory won't be able to play. Actually, if Gory gets Corky, he usually goes the fuck off.
I don't care. I don't need to play him because I've got Zabu there. Look.
There's no way that's
yeah, no, this definitely fits. Yeah, you got 3K left.
Hey, is Weibo favored?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, FPX is plus 115. So that's the lineup that's going to win.
That's a great line.
Oh, with the damn one team slot. Okay.
Dude,
yeah, you could go. You could go. Actually, you could go Damwon. That's one way, or you run the same line. You what?
Oh, and you go for the 50-minute game. Yes.
Yeah, you go a little T1.
Dude, I could see Zawalu killing Shy 100 times.
It could happen.
Bliz's been playing great too. Actually, the one game he played or two, he looked okay.
Yeah, you take him out of the LCK, you bring him into the LPL, and it gets a little froggy. So, conviction calls. Let's go to the LEC. LEC conviction calls. Let's start with Kev. Conviction call, LEC.
Well, first of all, we only went through one game in the LEC.
Dude, can we get to Vitality and FNC?
Well, okay, fine. Let's go through the rest of the games. That's not a problem.
Let's go through the rest of the games.
Okay, so Rogue Misfits. Let's pause on that one. We'll come back to that one. I feel like that one's too good to just jump into. Let's talk about SK. You know what? Let's talk about this.
That's a good.
What is Shock's gonna do? A monologue because she does a monologue on Astralis' losing streak.
I hope she does a monologue on me. Love Shocks.
I don't know what that meant, but I feel like
it wasn't like too sexual. It was just like saying I'm a fan of Shocks. She's very beautiful.
And if she did a monologue on you, then your life would improve. I understand.
My life would improve because she would know who I am. Big fan.
I think that SK is terrible. Like, I would never want to bet on them or play them. It's possible that they could win against Mad Lions, I guess, but like I think I would feel sick winning that way. So I would.
Yeah,
pass.
I mean, SK could barely beat Mad Lions with the Chemtech Soul and like an 8K gold league, so they're not gonna win with that. They're not gonna win with the Chemtech Soul out of the game.
So what happened to Gilius or Gilius, however you pronounce it? That guy I thought used to be like really good. He
he never was.
He was never good.
He always like plays.
He was running hot.
Yeah, he always like has a couple of off meta type of picks for like a month or so, and then people are like, "Oh, he's good."
He's a facilitator. Like he had Abadage and Otawamne, so obviously very good players that he could just set up for success.
Yeah, I mean, let's just skip this game. Mad should win. Aloya captain per E&J, and then move on.
Well, look, dude. There's
Ayoya is
not
going to take out all his
look.
fucking frustrations on this SK team. He's
Well,
going
look, there's not a lot of games that you can like skip and say, let's go to the next game, because you got SK and Mad Lions, you got Astralis and G2, and then you got Fnatic and Vitality. Like, this is like the teams of guys that fuck and the teams that guys that don't. Like,
I think G2 is gonna shit Mad Lion. I think Mad Lion SK is gonna be a fast paced game just because Mad loves that, and so does SK. So that'll be great.
so do you then think, like, so when we talk about the transitive property of close skill gaps, that would basically say that like BDS and XL would be a game where, you know, aside from the Rogue Misfits, which we haven't gotten to yet, should score very well. But like, do you think that like the winner of the BDS XL is outscored by either Mad Lions or G2, given the competition that either of them are playing?
I don't think G2 can outscore them. I think they just shit on Astralis pretty fast. But I don't. I think Excel could like slow the game down and make BDS like a complete fade for me. I don't think I'll play any of that first game tomorrow and just take my chances on it DFS wise, just because XL they notoriously have been a slower team sometimes. And
so yeah, no. Go ahead, continue.
No, I mean, I would just bank on XL slowing the game down, knowing BDS wants to get out early like they always do, and try and get Patrick to the late game, and hopefully they win with like 13, 15, 14, 15 kills somewhere in there, and that game's just a bust. That's just
by the way, how did Nathan think that Patrick was like not the guy that fucks on XL? Like he thought it was Marcoon.
That's crazy.
No, Marcoon does fuck. Marcoon fucks. Patrick fucks though. Patrick is that guy.
For TPs, you can completely fade the first game and not even need a reason why.
I am thinking about putting a fuck rating in my projections. Like, so you like get the actual point, and then you get like their fuck rating.
Yeah. I mean, you already have the top. You already have the top fucker, like the top fucker in the world, Elioya.
Light needs to be,
and then the complete bottom fuck in the world, Fudge. So you just gotta fill out in between.
Fudge, bro.
I mean, you got Fudge just playing fucking healing champions because he's in love with LS. So.
And he like surpassed fucking Elioya completely.
Oh yeah, when is she doing one? Damn, that is. Oh.
But yeah, I mean, you got Elioya right under him is Cream, and then.
So let me ask you this one, because I am interested on both of your opinions here. Sorry, Goat, I don't really have a question for you as pertains, but you're more than welcome to join in on this. First and foremost, I know your opinion, Kev, on Vitality. I know that you hate them. I know that you don't like them. I know that you think that they're overrated. I don't think anybody's going to play Vitality tomorrow against Fnatic. Do you have interest in them? And then, Alan, what about at that plus 105? Like, here's what I would say. Vitality at plus odds is something that 2 weeks ago, a week ago, 4 weeks ago, you know, even after the first week, we would say, hey, like, they're going to find form and we want it. But at this point, I just think that they kind of aren't very good. And I don't know if I want to bet them at plus 105, but I do want to play them in DFS. Mm-hmm. So, Kev, go first.
Well, this is the 5th match, so it's good. So this is the one you can live bet. So when Alfari picks Renekton or Jace, you just completely slam Fnatic. But if you play something that can actually do anything outside, like just do anything, like put this guy on fucking Gwen, please. Please play Gwen. And then I like Vitality, but they're gonna put him on Renekton or they're gonna put him on fucking Jace, and he's gonna die 6 times. And Fnatic's gonna win, and this stupid virgin version of Fnatic doesn't like to fight. So I don't know. Vitality, I think, is the play in DFS, but I don't think I would play any of Fnatic. I don't know. I don't know what the pricing looks like, but I would prefer Vitality.
Alan, what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, I think that plus 105 is fine. Like, I wish it were a lot bigger. I think that would be way more interesting for Vitality, and probably if if the like preseason futures weren't cooked into it, that would be how the line would probably be. If we were like in an actual market where people, people's bets shaped the market, then maybe we would see Vitality with a bigger number. But if I was gonna bet, I'd bet Vitality. I think it's better for DFS, way better for DFS.
So wait, you would bet Vitality at plus 105. You wouldn't take Fnatic at minus 138. Like that's not a heavy number, man.
Yeah, if I were gonna bet, I think I would take Vitality, but I don't like. I would probably just not bet on this game. To be honest.
You know what? Actually, Kev brings a good point. If this is going to be a live game, if they're doing the first and fifth, like this is like a game that you can watch. Like, so they're going to offer a live bet. I mean, they offer it on every single one of them. You just have to watch an API to look at the draft, and you're like 10 minutes behind. But like when you have one like this, I think that it is truly a situation where you wait until you see that draft and you make a bet based on that, or you wait on the first couple of minutes, because like at some points during like the Misfits game earlier today, Misfits like at close or at the start of draft were like minus 205, but when they fell behind early, they got up to at least plus 200 when I was looking at it, maybe even higher, and like I don't know, like a 1K gold lead at like 8 minutes by BDS does not mean 60% win percentage to me. Like it doesn't scream that. Now that being said, when it was 20 minutes in and Rogue was down like 8-2, I got them at minus 174 and I threw 3 units on it. I felt like they could come back, but they didn't.
I mean, they were like 500 gold behind at that point, and
they were like 500 gold behind, but they were down like 11-2.
Yeah, and has never closed the game out before, so why would? Yeah,
I don't know why that one. I don't know why that one felt so different to me, because I was like, I think Astralis is actually going to win this one, but then when they were playing Vitality, I was like, oh my god, they're really going to lose this shit.
I think it was that Zeri mid, man.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Because I'm going to tell you why. It goes back to the fuck rating. Like as much as we dog on him, every once in a while, Perks will come out and he'll fuck on some people. Like okay, and like
Perks after week 1 has been by far the best mid in the league, I think.
Well,
after
I don't know.
week 1.
So we are going to talk about Rogue and Misfits, and there is a mid in this game.
Yeah, both of them have been pretty good.
Both have been good.
I feel like Perks has literally taken over every single game.
Give me the LEC 180 last week because no
one.
Like
Perks was literally the only player that was not just completely griefing today.
Again, but I mean, when he plays Rise, he does kind of grief.
I mean,
on the
simplify you this game.
Like how many times in the last year and a half playing for Cloud9, playing for Vitality? Like I'd love to see his death charts when he's playing on Rise, and they're 100% going to be in the side lanes.
The funniest part. Gotcha. The funniest part is that there's literally a Twitch copy pasta about how bad his Rise is. Have you seen it?
No.
My Azir is bad. My Rise is worse. You guessed it. I'm G2 Perks. It's like literally been a meme his entire career.
I mean, like, it's totally bad. I wasn't even thinking about it today, but now, like, I'm thinking about like all of his deaths today, and I'm like, yeah, dude, he's just like he's
at that
in the
point. At that point, I was kind of just like, it's whatever. He kind of just needs to kind of sell out for side lanes, which is going to lead to picks.
But I mean,
they were never going to win a fight.
I'm thinking about, like, I don't remember. Maybe it was at MSI. There was, or maybe it was in the playoffs against Team Liquid. There was a game where he died like 4 or 5 times on the sideline as Rise. But nevertheless, Rogue Misfits. This game is juicy as all fuck. Plus 245 Misfits. I think Misfits have looked fantastic. I put in a futures bet on them last night.
I'm out of here.
All right, later.
Out.
I put a futures bet on them last night, and I think it was like at plus 1,000. Look, if they get into the playoffs and they get us a higher seed, I can start to hedge that out, because I think, especially if they get if they can get to the finals against Rogue, I think Misfits can beat every single team in this league except for this game. This game means the most. Why are there 7 bets on this and only 3 on the others? Let's take a look. What's your read here? I mean, I know you're a noted Rogue hater, but
Yeah.
what?
I don't know.
Whoa.
I think the way you beat Rogue is.
Do you see this, Kev? Like 24.5?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is. That looks like an over to me.
It's a smash over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the way you beat Rogue is one of two things, and I don't think Misfits does either of these. So I think it's a really bad matchup. I think you either have to be like a really strong macro team, kind of like what G2 did to Misfits, where they were just tracking jungle support and just moving everywhere. Or you have to do what Astralis did today and just like completely psycho the early game. And kind of like what Zanzara said, like he's stupid, but he did make a good point. Like you kind of just have to out crazy Malrang. And I don't think that Misfits does either of those two things. I think where they thrive is like team fights, and I think that they can't out team fight Rogue.
Have you ever watched Malrang stream? And like watch his point of view?
I watched him once the other day, but
I watched him
he was playing lethality Jarvan, so I turned it off.
I watched him play Viego the other day, and like the line that he walks, like I don't know. It's super impressive how he's able to jungle, but be in a position, but know when he can step away from that position. And like I watched him just like power farm like 3 clears, and he didn't like gank any of his lanes, and nobody said anything to him. Like when I do that shit in the fucking bronze game, like I'm just like shit jungle, fuck you, blah blah blah. And it's like, bro, were you ganked in your lane? No. Then why are you upset that I'm not ganking your lane? Like you just lost your lane. I'm sorry. And then I gank your lane as Lilia. I fucking sleep your Yasuo. I hit him with my ult. What are you doing, Vex? You're at your tower farming still. And then I die because you don't come over, and then you come over and you don't even get the kill. And this is my fault. Anyway.
Hey, I wanna retract real quick. I just looked it over again, and I think that Fnatic at -138 is definitely the play for me. I like rethought that through, and that's yeah.
You know how you said that thing about futures? Like in esports? Yeah, they do that, but it was weird. Bovada released futures earlier this week for LEC, and they had Fnatic plus 300 and Vitality plus 600. So,
interesting.
Like, I don't know how the heck that this line is this short.
It's that close.
Yeah, I feel like this should be like -150, -175.
Yeah, they took him down. They took him down last time.
Yeah, it was Rogue plus 150, Fnatic plus 300, G2 plus 350, Vitality 600, Mad 800, Misfits 2000.
TSM plus 1200.
You know what? I was all over that last week. I didn't make the bet. I thought this would get pulled down, and I want nothing to do with it at this point. Not just based off of, and we can get into LCS, but I will say that I read an interview. I was doing my best Spelkowski impression. I was getting all the tea leaves through Twitter, and he was basically comparing the team to Fnatic, the Fnatic like undefeated team, and he basically said, "Look, like we came together. We didn't know how to speak to each other. We had a lot of problems in spring, and then we were able to make that run in summer." And he was comparing this TSM team to that, and so that doesn't give me a lot of confidence in the team,
right?
And like I think there was somebody else that was just completely dogging on Kiadu or whatever his name was, like just like. They wouldn't. It might have even been LS, dude, and he might have been just talking.
LS was dogging on him. He said something about TSM scouting department. He was like, He said something where it was like, "I'm ahead of these guys in solo queue in Korea, so I don't know what TSM scouting department is really doing, or what they're actually scouting."
Oh, okay, yeah, that is. By the way, Doran, if you want to see. Doran has received Corona confirmation this morning. I love translations; they're fantastic.
Corona confirmation.
Yeah, that just makes me want to play.
Wait, is this supposed to be Gen G?
Yeah.
Is that what that is? That's the translation for it.
Yikes.
Yeah. I feel very good about having T1 minus 125 right now.
That Misfits Rogue over though that you guys were looking at, that's nuts. I can't believe that it's 24 and a half.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck
that's because I guess that maybe they haven't cut up to Rogue, but they're not really like
what was T1 before?
Anymore.
Let's go ahead. Let's do that.
Yeah, I mean that's parlay territory. Let's parlay that shit with.
You
XO.
can't parlay favorites, Kev. Like you lose your back 3 weeks, bro. But anything plus money is good.
So if I parlay enough favorites to get me into plus money.
If you have to bet $200 to win $100, did you really even win?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
Come on, stop it. Let's don't do this. There we go. Place that back. Let's go.
Yeah, that over 24 and a half. What do they have as the highest total? I'm guessing the G2 game.
They have like some 26, 27s. Like I don't know. Like Alan, you weren't on the show, but like I've told everybody about this. So because this was like one of the most tilting moments of my over/under betting career. So the other day, like I bet like all of the over/unders in ERLs and other leagues and shit like that. So I was betting Ultra League, the Polish league, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I took a bunch of unders, and it was like whatever. Like they all scored like projected 2 kills under, and I was good. So let me read you what the kill totals were. These were like 27 to 28 kill totals, a little higher than your normal LCS. So they kicked it off with a 52 kill game. The next one was a 40. Then we got to 39, 34, and 44. That was the whole slate of things. Can you imagine? Like, what if that was a DFS slate? Like,
what a
they broke the slate. They did. They broke the slate at 52, but like the 40, 39, like, oh man, it was.
You would have thought those were good too. Yeah, Jesus. I mean, I guess that once the 50 comes in, you're kind of like, my day's fucked anyway, right? Like, yeah. I actually think that Misfits is probably pretty interesting for DFS. Obviously, like the fact that that Rogue lost today kind of sucks in that like someone is going to get excited about, more people are going to get excited about playing Misfits, but like I do think this game has some like ceiling potential for sure.
Yeah, and I think what did I get him at? Like I didn't put a huge bet on him because I'm not like a huge believer in it. I got him at plus 2,000. So I put like $50 on it. Like, and I just can hedge that out. I think I can make a couple $100 on it. That was just my whole goal.
They're good. I mean, they're like legit good. I don't think they're...
No, I don't like. So I don't need them to win. That's the thing. Like, like when I'm making that bet, basically I'm getting like, because they don't offer it. Like they offer it in other leagues, but I'm basically trying to get them to reach the finals.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Because
yeah, I think the only problem with that is like looking at current LEC standings. I think the most likely spot, like the highest spot Misfits can finish is 4th.
Well, so even then though, Kev, as long as they get into the semifinals, if they're dogs, I can hedge in the semifinal. Like I can do 2 hedges. Like I can out of that 50, like I'm basically getting plus 150. I'm getting plus 150 if they can get to the semifinals, because at that point I can hedge, and then I can hedge again if need be. I know a lot of people didn't hedge on the EG. I hedged EG with Team Liquid, and
I hedged the shit out of EG as well.
I mean, Sharks were on TL to win that bitch from the beginning, so I didn't need to hedge.
That was you, huh?
I had
the odds.
I've got like 50 different, not 50. I got like 20. I got like 20 different parlays with a bunch of different region winners, and like 15 of them had TL to win lock-in because I didn't know that they had visa issues. I didn't know that I didn't know there were green card issues. So I was like, oh, dude,
I mean, it turned out to be kind of fine.
Yeah, trust me though. I hedged with EG. I have a lot of EG.
I bet TSM, and then the next day I found out that they weren't gonna run. They were gonna run the shitty Viper, fucking the worst team in Academy.
I also bet TSM before that happened. Yeah.
Mine was literally like I woke up the next day, I look at Twitter, I'm like, oh man, that sucks.
Yeah, I don't. So what I was saying about the Misfits thing, I don't mind the plus 2,000, but say they get fourth. Like I'm just gonna assume Rogue finishes first. Like Rogue is 100% picking Misfits, right? They're not gonna pick G2 and they're not gonna pick Fnatic.
I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out after this game. Like if Misfits ends up playing here, better. Like and Rogue just runs through these other teams. I think.
Yeah, I just think based on like everything that they would just default pick Misfits.
Like, do you think
so they have to beat? So they're gonna have to beat Rogue in a best of 5, and if they don't, then they drop all the way down.
So do you think like Larson and Trimby are like fuck Hansama? That dude had a huge lead on Aphelios in the finals in Game 5 and fucking blew it for us, and like they were okay with it, and like that's why they're like just they fuck now.
Well, I do know some stuff because not inspired. Otawamne was on Euphoria, and I listen to those while I work out, and he was basically saying,
"Oh, you work out."
I work out. I'm big, trust me.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I listen to that while I work out, and
Odo
basically said like everyone on their team culture was horrendous. Like they didn't like each other.
Oh, interesting.
Like it was getting so bad like that they didn't want to scrim with each other anymore.
Oh wow.
And he said the day before I don't know, in spring, I think, or in summer, whenever they knocked out G2, he said the day before that, like they were literally like they were like almost like started fist fighting each other.
Sounds like some Mickey X shit, like on that same podcast, like with K-Drill and Double Lift and everybody. I'm sure you listened to the whole thing because you're quoting from it. Where they were like Mickey X just got so mad and he just fucking got on a plane and left LCS and just never came back to America.
Wow.
But yeah, so I just think that the Rogue players like might actually like each other now, and that's what it is. But I don't know.
Was it that they didn't like Inspired, or like was like
Odo? He said that they were like very different. They had very different philosophies on how to play the game.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I don't know.
And maybe that's why. Look, I don't know. You fall apart that often, that late, and like you're gonna have some turmoil on the team.
It makes sense. I mean, it makes sense now why they couldn't win in late game. They're probably just screaming at each other anything wrong. And then you got Mad Lions over there just fucking giggling down
laughing,
10K.
Yeah.
They're like, yo,
FF.
I muted everybody like to start the game. I just muted
those are some of the worst gambling losses of my life. Like I think I had irresponsible amounts of money on Rogue in both of those series.
Yeah, in spring I had money on Rogue. Like when they went up 2-0, I bet them live in literally the next 3 drafts because I just stomped them in draft every game.
Yeah.
And they lost all 3 games, and then in summer I just slammed Mad Lions when they played again, and they were down 10K, and I was like, fuck. And then they literally won one fight down 10K, and it made them go down like 7K, and I was like, okay, they're literally gonna win this game. They're just so fucking broken. They just can't beat this team. But and then I bet Rogue again against Fnatic, and they got absolutely destroyed. So I also lost money on Rogue.
All right, so we're betting Misfits though at plus 245. It's a best of 1, right?
I think it's reasonable. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think
that over looks so good too.
Yeah, I just slammed it. I just slammed it for like 3 units.
Yeah, I don't bet overs often. I don't bet totals often in league, but I'm going to bet that for sure.
All right. Well, we've got a little more time. I mean, we got as much time as anybody ever wants. Like,
yeah, I'm good.
Honestly, LCS.
Honestly, excited to talk about LCS. LCS has been good this year.
All right,
I
go
love
ahead.
it.
Kick it off. Like
It has been good.
Pick a game. Let's go.
Let's just start at the top. This EG game is good.
EG Dignitas plus 180. Is that disrespectful?
No.
No.
I think that yeah, I mean, is it disrespectful in like the in the realm of numbers and whatever? Probably, but like what we know about these two teams, I don't think it's that disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like I really think that EG is probably a 65% favorite.
Yeah, I agree.
So 2 things. I'm gonna bet Dignitas and I'm gonna play Dignitas. Like
This is
like,
a great.
so,
This is a.
I think it's reasonable.
This is a nuts
like,
DFS spot.
I really like it in DFS. Yeah,
This
I
is
think
the
that
total
it makes
nuts
a lot
in
of
DFS,
sense. Like,
yeah.
it's not. I mean, it's a good spot. Like I don't have any problem if you're playing EG on the other side of it. But like, my whole thing is this. Like, let me look through the other games real quick here. Yeah, I mean, people are gonna wow, there's some fucking shitty games, but people will probably play this. But like when it comes to the EG team, like we thought EG was great. They lived up to the expectations. They did all these great things, and they were just like unbeatable, right? And then they got beat, and they haven't like really won since. Like they beat the shitty TSM team, but they weren't really exactly. They didn't inspire any confidence in me the way that they beat that TSM team, not the way that they beat the teams in Lock-In. The way that they beat that TSM team was like, well, like I didn't know if they were going to win.
They should have lost that game. They 100% should have lost that game.
And so now you're playing Dignitas, who's playing well. Like, look, I was told Neo was only good because Afromu was there, but apparently, while Afromu is definitely a G, and like his interviews this year have been amazing. Biofrost is like, dude, this guy fucks. Like, he's got a 5-star fuck rating, dude. And then you've got River, obviously fucks. Blue out of nowhere is just fucking, and like the only guy on this team that doesn't fuck is Fake God, right?
Fake God, yeah.
Like you do have EG. And
Fake
you have
God
a team,
is fine too. He's like, he just doesn't fuck.
But the problem
good.
is that like everybody on EG fucks. Like you've got Impact, he fucks. You've got Inspired, he fucks. JoJo fucks. I mean, he's young. He doesn't know how to fuck properly, but he
JoJo
does.
fucks. I don't know. I don't know. What
you've got Danny fucks, and then
Danny
Vulcan
fucks.
is like, dude, Vulcan is like 50 Shades of Grey fucks. Like, he's like he's like this
Bale.
whole he's like this whole different thing, man. Like, you know, he's slick. He's a slick fucker. Okay,
clearly, you can tell that minute one looking at the guy.
Like, can you imagine? Like, I know it was in the middle of the pandemic, but like, if that C9 spring 2020 team went out, like, you know, you've got Licorice before his wild hair, you've got Vulcan, you've got Nisky, you've got Sven with his wonderful hair, and then you got Blabber. Like, they were pulling. They were pulling. You know, they were fucking. Man.
That team fucked. That's
For
it.
sure that they did. Until they didn't. And that was the thing. Once that shroud is lifted and you're beat, you become mentally boomed. And like I think that might have
of fuckness goes away.
That might have happened to EG. They might have
stain.
had that removed. And I think Dignitas is in a great spot here. I think they're going to be decently owned, like you said, but at plus 180, I think.
Oh, I don't think they'll be decently owned.
I don't think.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be low owned.
I think they'll be pretty low on too. Dignitas, like, that's not a team that people like to click onto their team on DraftKings. Like, I think
people don't like clicking against EG either.
Yeah, I think LCS people, like people who love the game and like pay attention, will be interested in Dignitas, but I don't think that like your general.
Yeah, but look, I'm talking about the 180 single entry 25. Like,
yeah, yeah. You're probably right on
fucking,
that one.
Like when I talk ownership, I don't talk like the 15 or the 10. I'm talking the 333. I'm talking this like super condensed group of people. Although I am excited because I think that we may get some new blood. Like I saw a couple people post on it, Awesome01 and like other people like, shit my money and we're like, oh, I'll play. And like these guys, like they know how to play like
DFS generally, yeah.
Yeah, like really well, but like yeah, that's great. Like I think that there are edges when this is what you specialize in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Makes me
I
sad.
specialize in NBA. Thank you very much.
Makes me want to drive my ass to California, I guess.
You can't like so like Idaho. You can't like you really can't play DFS in Idaho. Like what can you
No.
do in Idaho?
I don't know. You don't want to go there. I've been there a couple times, and it's not for me. I'll just
I think
say
the
that.
only thing of value there is that they have good skiing.
Yeah, they have a lake. I think,
Well,
or
can
something.
you play in Montana? Like you go through the thin part of Idaho and get into Montana?
I think I could. Now we're pushing 8 hours.
Yeah, I was like, shouldn't you just drive to California?
Hey, you should
at that point?
you should just go to Canada. You don't have to pay taxes. Become a citizen there.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is on the border right now, but if that were an option, maybe someday. My wife's family lives right next to the border too, so.
Well, when the fuck are these states gonna just legalize it? Who does it hurt?
I don't know.
Guggs.
Guggs.
But like
the teacher, that was
like Oregon or where the hell Roge lives, his state. When they just got rid of the DFS product.
Well, because so DraftKings took over their state sports book, and so they got rid of the DFS product because they were worried that there'd be some sort of gambling prosecution or whatever. I don't know. We also just got legalized sports gambling here in Washington, so I'm relieved about that for sure.
So can you do Bovada now, or
no.
Were you already able to do Bovada?
I mean, yeah, of course. So everywhere can do offshores.
Well, there's a couple states that can.
Yeah, I mean, if you were prosecuted, everyone could theoretically be in trouble. I don't know. Are the feds listening to this?
Guggs is low-key a fed.
But yeah, I mean, everywhere. Bovada's open to everyone. It's just you can't. Obviously, some states are like, we'll send your ass to jail.
Yeah. I see.
But yeah, I think.
So could I go on Bet365 even though it says I can't? Like, could I do it in Virginia? No feds watching.
I don't think so. No.
Well, I mean, like Bovada doesn't care, but like some other sites might care.
Yeah. So Bovada exists in Costa Rica, and so there's some sort of legal loophole there, and they're not worried about the diplomatic concerns. Because the reason the European ones aren't open is because the US would be like, hey, what the fuck to UK or whatever, and then they just decide not to do it anymore because it's not worth it to them. But Costa Rica's we got to make our money.
US says what the fuck to Costa Rica. Costa Rica says what the fuck back.
Yeah, but then you have things like Nitrogen, and then I think it's Betway. I think is it Betway or is it Bet Online? I think Bet Online because I'm looking at ones that off so Bovada has been getting hammered on the ERLs the live betting, and they don't offer it half the time. There's no rhyme or reason to it, and I think that they might be short staffed too because they don't grade out bets very quickly sometimes, but other times they do. But some of these other the European books are still offering those, and there's a huge edge if you can live bet those. But anyway, Dignitas, Evil Geniuses. Let's move on. We've got 100 Thieves and Immortals.
Not much to talk about here.
Pretty easy. Yeah.
Were you two? Were any of you two? Did you guys ever get on the early Immortals love? I saw a ton of people just saying how much they loved Immortals, in lock-in. I Will Dominate loved them, and I know Gelati loved them.
No, I never understood.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
This team sucks. They have 0 people on that team that fuck. Not a single one. Not a single person on that team even comes close to fucking. So
Well said.
Yeah,
but, I mean, then again, on 100 Thieves, I saw 4 people try to lift up Abadage last week, and they almost dropped him on his ass. So nobody fucks on that team.
Nobody's working out listening
No,
to Euphoria.
nobody's hitting the gym at the Cash App compound. They need to hit the gym to listen to Euphoria.
Yeah, like 100 Thieves is going to win. They're probably like the cash lock. There's probably not a lot of reason to play any other. Like you're going to play 100 Thieves. Like so, here's the thing about Immortals. There are 2 teams, Immortals being one of them, that I'm going to target quite a bit. Not like look, Immortals sucks. Like that's why you're going to target them. But Immortals gives up a fair amount of kills while they suck. Specifically Wild Turtle and everybody else. But let's just remember that like Immortals scrapped their roster and decided that they were going to build around revenge.
Forget that. Like they signed like 36-year-old Wild Turtle.
Rude.
What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing, Immortals?
That dude's significantly younger than me and Emmerich here, so be careful there.
Yeah, I'm 38, man, but like I'm also bronze 3, so like you know.
Yeah,
actually, right now,
Emmerich's not out here getting signed by Immortals.
It's true.
Wild Turtle is. Like this is like
making,
this is the worst
I,
constructed.
It's because I'm
ever.
making biased projections. That's why. Like, if I wasn't making biased projections, I could grind, ranked and I'd be there.
You'd be out
in
there.
Champions.
I'd be in Champions queue, right? Exactly.
That shit.
I'm convinced that I just have bad hands. Otherwise, I'd be one of the greatest of all time. But yeah, this game sucks. I think that 100 Thieves is like probably a little bit sneakier in large GPPs than people would think in a spot that they're this big of favorites, just because like 100 Thieves never got kills last year.
Yeah,
I mean, like the problem is that like the GPPs for LCS just are just not that big.
Mm-hmm.
The GPPs do not fuck.
All right, so the game that's actually interesting, aside from that first game, and I think this is probably I'll let you talk about it first, Kevin, because like this is I think where you're interested. You got Cloud9 and these like wacky drafts that are actually they're working. Like, and it was never that we didn't think that at least me, I never thought LS was wrong. I just thought he was fucking shitty to watch as a co-streamer, but like as a coach and a personality, I kind of like him. And then you got a Team Liquid team that has probably the most likable personality in all of League of Legends and Bwipo. It's a clash here. Like there's
and
two things.
Girlfriend.
Here's what my take is though. I don't think they play Hans. I think they play Jan and CoreJJ. Actually, I have no idea who played in the Academy. I know they lost the game to fucking TSM Academy today and ruined my sweep fucking bet. But like, why would they send out like some of their best players? Why not just like I feel like Team Liquid does this all the time. They just send out shitty teams and they don't care. Like they played Jenkins and Armeo half the fucking year last year. Just for no apparent reason other than Alfari.
Alfari wanted the coach fired. Like this guy Alfari, man. Oh my god, this guy is the worst. But I mean, I don't know if this is a hot take. I feel like it is because I saw a bunch of like early season tier. I think I saw yours, and you didn't. And it was like best of the West, and I didn't see TL at the top, but.
What?
I think
like, I don't make a fucking tier list. What are you talking about?
It was like you and Pikel made a tier list, didn't you?
On Twitter. No. I mean, I just basically told him FlyQuest was too high. He had him as like an F grade.
Oh, okay. But I mean, I
agreed with it.
My take about this TL team, when TL gets CoreJJ, I don't even think it's close. I think that they are the best team in the West. I think like.
What if Team Liquid and Rogue got into the same group, dude?
I think TL would beat them in like
I
8
don't think so.
minutes.
Dude, Bjergsen
Interesting.
sucks, bro. Dude lost in the academy.
True. He lost me money on that. But I mean, like, this Team Liquid team is so fucking good. But if I don't know, they don't have their full roster right now. And this Cloud9 shit that they're doing in the draft is fine. It will work in NA. The problem I had with LS is like he's watching Cove streams and he's wanting the Korean and the Chinese players to fucking slam Soraka mid and Ivern mid when a real player, not Jojo Pion, knows how to take advantage. Again, was watching Euphoria and agreed with 100%. Perks, they were talking about this stuff, and Perks was saying like he thinks what C9 is doing is good, but it's also not being taken advantage of. Like this guy Jojo Pion is even in CS with a Soraka at like 10 minutes. He has fucking cookies as a rune. He's got phase rush. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Take First Strike, take Gathering Storm, and have 150 CS at 12 minutes. Have three items at 20 minutes. And
Guys, Kevin is a mid main. Like,
and you completely fucking 1v9 this game. Alan agrees with me. Like
Silver 3, but like, I mean,
Sure.
Silver 2.
oh,
It's a step
just
in
that. Like, look, guys, that's what happens when you don't grind ARAMs.
Yeah, you get up to silver, but I mean, I don't think C9 is gonna do the enchanter mids every game. But I don't know. I think TL wins this.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's reasonable. I think the line here is like pretty unbettable.
Yeah, I think it's a very good line.
This is a live bet line if you can. Get
Yeah.
And I also think it's probably a pretty bad DFS spot. Like Cloud9 so far has just been pretty anti-fight, and Team Liquid is historically the anti-fight team. Obviously, Blippo is not that style of player, but like
Blippo is the anti-fight. That crazy.
But I think like here there'll be enough ownership on both sides that like I think I would fade it from a DFS perspective.
So dude,
Cody, shut the fuck up, dude. Like,
Cody, you
won like
every fucking Slate.
like everything. You win hockey. You win this. Like somehow.
What's this guy's DK name?
C Bavin.
C Bavin.
Yeah.
This guy is tilting in the Discord saying that Jojo literally said he didn't know what to do.
Cody, are you at work? Like, if you're not at work, why don't you come
why
on
the
here?
fuck is he taking Airy, bro? Oh
RJ,
my RJS is an idiot. Oh my god.
I'll try to get him. I like RJS. I like him. I didn't like him as a player, but I like him. I'll try and get him on with Guggs.
But I don't know, Alan. I don't know if you. I don't know why I have this vision of you that you like think about the game kind of like Gelati. Like you're like super knowledgeable about the champions and all that stuff.
Oh no, very much not. I'm 100% the other way.
I don't know why. I've never talked to you, so I don't know why I had that vision in my head.
Did you not watch the Infinity Edge?
What? I know. I wasn't a member.
It was free on Fridays.
Come on, Dan. No, I'm like the stat guy. Like I just do what the stats tell me most of the time. Yeah.
So Alan, do you know that you know your boy Viper's in Academy again, right?
Yeah.
You're a Viper guy too?
No.
Like the
thought
first
we had another John in here.
No. The first interaction I had with Alan was on Twitter. And like
yes.
He posted some bet about like something. I was like, no, dude, Viper's about to get fucking bodied. Like he's just gonna get shit on, and he kind of Niles this game where he died 4 times in the first 10 minutes.
Bring up next Friday. Bring up your Viper hate with John. He's gonna fight you.
And then from there on, Alan's like, look, when it comes to Academy, like
this guy's the shark. Yeah, that's right. That's how the Shark Cove came to be.
It's the minor leagues. You got to find the niches. You got to find the edges.
Yeah.
and it's in those minor leagues. Like I'm trying to get the LFL slates, but
No
no
way
so
you get
far.
the LFL slates.
Okay, but you'll max enter if I do, right? Because it'll be like a 10. It'll be a 10 max entry. It'll be like
Maybe a $10 10 max, 400 people, 1K to first.
Those are the best contests, though. Those are they are the best fucking contests.
That would be
it'll be a
2K.
It'll be a 2K prize pool. 400 people are allowed in the contest. 12 max, $1,000 to first, $80 to second.
You think that it's bad, but
you
like
just train the top.
Go back to November. Go back to the VCS slates. I won like 5 out of 6, but I won 5 out of 6, and it was all of those slates, and it was simply because there was just a huge. They were all 2 game slates. How did I solo 5 out of 6 2 game slates? I won 4 in a row. Like that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah,
they bumped up the size.
Just goes to show if you max. It just goes to show if you max enter, you win. It's that easy.
You have 3% of the entries. You have 3% of the entries, but like it was so hard to find starters. The shit was random.
There's probably match fixing in every game. You get
dude. Like the VCS is by far the best league to watch, dude. It's sloppier than CBLOL. Like their over under totals are 33 right now. Like it is the most aggro league.
That's the one that's not been allowed to go to Worlds the last 2 years, right? VCS.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. They are the most aggro league. They're a jungle carry heavy, even outside of the meta. And they have a good game tonight. We can talk about the betting slate.
Every game.
I was the specialist, and then Spelkowski gave all the information. Like that was his time to shine, man. Like.
The spell. Do you play DFS? Does he play DFS?
I
don't know. Spell. Do you play DFS?
I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I thought he did, but then I don't know. Anyway, so while we wait for that, let's talk about like where Chris and Kev were wrong. We've got CLG here.
My boys, CLG.
We've got CLG. This is where like being an academy specialist really fucks you. Because the only other person that watches academy nearly as much as I do, or probably even more at times, is Kevin.
Last year, I haven't watched any this year.
I bet on it. I think I'm like at an 80 or 90% clip on Academy, and I don't watch it because I'm at the gym usually. But like CLG, like the only reason I like this team is because of Luger, Poom, contracts. like obviously contracts won me $20,000, and so I like him for that reason. And I do think that he's a great DFS GPP type jungle. But the problem is that like in this meta with this champion pool, it does significantly neuter guys like him, that you're not going to see those pop-off games nearly as much. And that's why I think it was kind of surprising, like how well of a game that like Closer had. Like Closer's going to suck the rest of the season. Just heads up to anybody. You're not going to see that game again from Closer. You don't see it in this meta with these champions. He fucks 1 out of 10 times. Like the dude's he's really chill about it. And he's funny to hear talk. He's obviously Luger fucks. Like that is a dude that fucks. But like this team, I don't know. But this is a game. This is a team. Like you want to know who doesn't fuck, who's never fucked, and who never will fuck is Lost. Like how do you buy Lost? Kind of like like Lost is the dude we want. I love CLG here. I love CLG here, plus 110. Mm-hmm. CLG should be the favorite, but they couldn't handle a top Janna properly, and they almost did. Had they won that game, they'd be the favorites here. Possibly, like, if Gold Guardians had handled a fucking mid-Ivern properly, they would be the favorites here, even bigger. But
Golden Guardians couldn't handle the top Janna either, even with the 4-item Gwen at 20 minutes. They had like a 20,000 gold Gwen, and they just couldn't win. So these are both these teams have gotten abused by the Janna top.
Yeah,
I think CLG wins.
Yeah.
I like plus money.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I mean, neither of the teams very good, so CLG's fine at plus 110, and I think I do think that long term they'll be the better team. I don't know though. Gold Guardians actually was like ahead in both of their games, right?
Yes.
Yeah, which is kind
Massively. They were like a BDS ahead in their second game.
They're up like 6K.
They like literally couldn't
That's
have done anything wrong unless you had Ole, who I guess has a nickname of Trolle, doing exactly that. Like just going in on the recon. Like the rest of your team, like you have your Gwen right here, like on the first screen. You come in, the rest of your team is 2 screens away.
Yes, I remember this. God damn it!
Like, and
He
you do that twice.
He did it like 3 times too, and they won.
And he missed them. He didn't even hit the ults. That's the problem. Like you didn't even fucking knock them up. You just started the team fight 5-on-3. Your most fed member's dead. You're dead. You're worthless. You've got Lost, who doesn't know. He's fucking lost. He doesn't know what to do. And then you've got I don't even know who else. Who's on that team? It's not iconic. Like,
it's Pride Stalker. He's decent. I like Pride Stalker.
I mean, contextually with his team,
playing like Zed every game. So if he ever messes up one time, he's just useless.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then Licorice, NA's best top Licorice.
He's a lot better. Like FlyQuest Licorice doesn't fuck. Golden Guardians Licorice sometimes does. C9 Licorice, now that dude fucked.
That dude fucked.
World semifinalist, I think.
Do we need to go even? Like, I think this is actually a fantastic game for DFS.
This is a great DFS game. This Gold Guardians game is so good.
Like I like Dignitas EG, hitch it to a Golden Guardian CLG, and then you can spice it up with this next game. FlyQuest TSM. Do we see FlyQuest do it again? They don't do it again, right? There's no way they fucking
they can't.
They can't keep getting away with it.
No, they can't do it again. They can't do it again.
Like
no
can they play outside of it?
I think it's gonna get banned. Like I think they're just gonna ban it against them.
What do you mean ban it? Like what are you gonna do? Target ban Karma?
I think they're just gonna ban Karma and Janna. Yeah, I think those are really the only.
You can play Soraka. You can play Soraka up there too.
I guess.
Okay, so you're gonna ban all 3 of those champions, and like you're just
no,
gonna
you're
leave
not gonna ban
else
Soraka. I think they're gonna ban. I think they're gonna ban Karma. And then I don't know. I don't think you can. There's no way they can do it. I don't know. Are they on red side or blue side? Because that'll actually tell us if they can't do it. Because they've been red side both games, I think, right?
I'm also like pretty convinced it's not actually optimal.
No,
it's very rare that playing with that much of a gold deficit has actually been like optimal in the
So Alan, let me explain it to you. This is why it works in solo queue for a variety of reasons. First of all,
I know why it works in solo.
They have no idea, and then like your top goes and gets like this huge lead, right? And and then all of a sudden they have $1,000 shutdown or 1,000 gold shutdown, and then you just take everybody out there and you go kill them. Yeah. And then you funnel that in, and you just do this over and over, and there's no communication. Like somebody did this in a bronze game, and like my Teemo froze the wave up top. I'm like this is.
I also had this. Had this happen to me, but it shouldn't have happened, man.
To kill turrets and you're freezing there, buddy.
Yeah,
I don't even think he meant to freeze the wave. It's just like Teemo, like. Bro, you're up there by yourself, and how did you get one plate? Like we need you, bud, and you know, like we need you.
I do think that like LS is probably onto something with like the actually getting gold on healers is it makes sense because Moonstone is just busted, but the sort of like starving style from the top lane, I think it's gonna go away very quickly. Like,
I just think that NA teams like I don't understand because what CLG did was actually very intelligent against it.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I hate Graves. I think the champion is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they played it well. He just side laned and then they sent 2, and he was just 1v2ing them, which is good. And then I mean,
Yeah.
They should have won that game. They just stopped pushing the base for some reason and went back. And then like Golden Guardians, when they played them, like they had a mega fed Gwen, but like they weren't pushing side lanes ever. They were just permanently grouping. So
I mean,
like you can't do that. I just don't understand.
And Ole like through the game, legitimately through the game.
Yeah, even with Golden Guardians playing bad around it, they still were going to win. But then Ole was like, "Nah, we're not going to win." So
yeah,
I don't. There's no way they can do this, especially with someone like Cooney, who actually understands side lanes a little bit, and he will literally just take their base at 15.
I mean, I think that Hooney would legitimately like relish playing against that style.
Yeah,
especially
I think Hooney would literally take 3 towers in 17 minutes. I think.
Like especially if you got like if you played Rumble. Like, Rumble's getting the buff, by the way. Did you see that?
Does Hooney play Rumble? He's a big Rumble guy, right?
I think Rumble's like
he was like that's his guy.
Rumble's like a top 5 champ to me. Like when Rumble's in the meta, it's one of my like favorite champions to watch. I think it makes like the game pretty interesting.
Yeah,
I have a pretty fun ARAM build for Rumble. You just basically rush ability haste, like every item they can give you. Like you go ability haste
every time.
Basically, by the time you like full build, like 12 minutes in or whatever, you've got like 140 ability haste, and you've got equalizers every 20 seconds, and like you're just like you drop it, like they push you, you drop it again, and like nobody's ever said anything. But I feel like if I was playing against me playing this, like I'm not playing for damage, I'd just be like, how the fuck does he keep dropping equalizers?
That's what I do when I get Ashe in ARAM. I play like the mandate Ashe, so I just buy the lethality items because they all have like 30 haste, and so I'm just permanently just Wing people on a 0.5 second cooldown, and then my ult's up every 15 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know how people like play ARAM and like ARAM Ashe and like just don't understand that like you're so powerful. Like you just hit your W just constantly, and nobody can ever get close.
I'm just hitting W literally every single second, and
you don't even have to mandate. It doesn't matter. Like you can like go whatever. Like the it's the AP item that slows people. I can't even think of the name of it. I don't even fucking know the name of it. It's
Everfrost.
No. It's not.
I know what you're talking about. It's blue.
It's the little sphere. It's like
I was going to say shaft. That's
yeah.
Oh,
well,
right.
that one. Well, you can play that. You play that, and like you just slow people, and it's like slow on top of slow, and it's just
your W already slows, and so
it's fucking oppressive, dude. It is, and like people don't do it. Like people are building like fucking, I don't know, like Kraken Slayer.
People are building Kraken Slayer. People are building Kraken Slayer Ashe and Kraken Slayer Kaisa in ARAM. That's disgusting.
Yeah. Anyway,
TSM CLG. That looks like a good lineup to me.
So we're not playing FlyQuest. I'm wearing a FlyQuest jersey today. I actually have more FlyQuest gear than I have anything. I have like 3 jerseys. I've got like the spring shirt or like jacket. I think that their merch game is better. Like, I know 100 Thieves is actually a merch company, but I think all of their merch, like all of their clothes are so fucking ugly. I don't understand.
Those jerseys that they have this year are so bad. Those long sleeve tees.
The rugby things, like
oh, it's so gross.
Dude, but like all the shit that like it's like a white T-shirt that says 100 on it. Like every time. Like I mean, look, I have a Cloud9 shirt that has a Cloud9 logo on it. Like so it's not much better, but like the 100 Thieves you can go buy it. Like you can't buy the 100 Thieves shit. They release it and like people buy it. Like what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you pay? I wouldn't pay for it. I got the Cloud9 shit for Christmas. Most of the shit I've gotten for gifts. I think I bought one piece of esports gear.
That flower FlyQuest jersey is like the first one I ever considered.
The Worlds one?
Yeah.
I bought that one. That's the one I bought with my own money.
Yeah.
The FlyQuest, I thought the B jerseys they had last year were good too.
I have that one. I have this one, and then I bought like the pink, like the weird colored jacket. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the one with the like purple Flowers on the like mid section. Sick.
Yeah. Oh, the one from this season.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't have it. Yeah, I think you play FlyQuest. Like this dude Takuli, like
He's good.
Is it?
Can you imagine if he was on the same team as Fudge though? Like if they got on stage together, like they're like the smallest and the biggest.
That would be hilarious.
It'd be a real contrast. Yeah. I can't like. Does he? Is there something going on there?
Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
look, Alan, I appreciate your tact there. Like,
and
like
Josh,
Gary
I
Coleman
appreciate you not doing a Guggs and being like, this guy looks like a.
Yeah.
I just bleeped myself a lot of times there.
Yeah.
Guggs would not have bleeped himself. But no, Josh asked me the same shit.
Incredibly small. Like. Yeah.
He's got a weird face. I think he has something wrong with him, not wrong with him, but like an actual medical condition.
Where you're kind of look childlike forever.
Yeah.
I think so too, because he is. He literally looks 10 or younger.
I mean, that dude's a fucking savage on the Rift. He's good.
He's pretty good. Yeah. Zoe especially.
His Zoe was really good. I thought it was funny because FlyQuest won that slate, and he completely 1v9'd that game.
Yeah,
just completely carried it, and he was the one with the worst fantasy score.
That's how it is. Yep. Yeah, he. I don't know. I don't think FlyQuest wins this game, but I see why you would play them in DFS. And like if I were actively playing still, I probably would have a percentage of FlyQuest.
Well, what do you think about this narrative? TSM has tactical, and FlyQuest does not.
So let me ask you something.
I think that's a FlyQuest win, right?
Who like one of the casters was talking about it like when Tactical was playing in the second game. And they're like, I think he was playing on Zeri, as a matter of fact. It might have been Flowers, and they're like,
I think I know what you're talking about.
Core GJ always said like Tactical has like this mechanical ability. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like he has like the least mechanical ability of like.
I thought you were going to talk about when they said Tactical finds another 80 carry to frontline with.
No, like I like Tactical just is always that guy that's 2 screens away. Like I play ADC like Tactical, like that's why I think like I do. My team, but that's because I'm bronze and my team's A-ramming. And I'm like, dude, I have to hit this like nobody else is hitting the side lane.
There's a wave here. Yeah.
There's a wave. Like you guys are all chilling in the center.
There's 300 gold right here. Let me go get this.
Like end of the game, I have the most gold, but like no kills and no damage, just because I'm like 100 CS above like my entire team combined. Just clearing waves of Sivir.
Yeah,
man. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like TSM, I'm gonna have a little bit of them, but like I think the nut play is. I think you play Dignitas and you play it with somebody else. I think
it's the Dig game and the Golden Guardians game. Those are just the two.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Like I think like Sharks like CLG.
I agree. Like EG CLG is gonna be. It's.
But I think Dignitas CLG will have some ownership. Like
what's the pricing? TL and C9 always have ownership.
When I try and think of like what there's 2 things I think of when I think of like the chalk lineup. I want to think of what is King J going to have and what is Ian J going to have. Like I want to know what the double J's have. Like those 2 guys, and then like I can pivot off of that. Like the 2 single lineup guys.
Why the hell would you ever want to pivot off of anything Ian J plays? I would just play everything he plays every single slate.
If you figure it out, you just
figure out what Ian J plays. I mean, you're sitting good.
You probably are overall, but like I beat Ian. Like I beat Ian enough because like he's probably one of the more predictable players. But he plays really strong shit. Like
He
that's
plays
the thing.
he's the definition of plays the good plays. He doesn't care.
Well, he does actually. If you watch the stream this morning, like it was a nice glimpse into it, and what he looks at and how he approaches the games. Nothing like groundbreaking or anything like that, but like just obviously it's the same way that I do it. Not the way that Nathan does it, but he is the innovator of the Fox metric, and like I think I'm gonna start incorporating like a Fox rating.
It's smart, sharp.
I mean, literally during quarantine, I just played WE every single slate, literally because I said Joe Ming fucks, and I just captained him every single slate because I just literally said that Joe Ming fucks. Missed that guy's name. Fuck elk.
Yeah, I wish I had a piece of the COVID DFS. Seemed like a good time out there in the streets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Great.
while you can't get a piece of that, like you know what you can get a piece of is this PCS action.
Oh
Jesus Christ!
Dude, Ted Everett's gonna be up at 4 a.m. on his three monitors. He's gonna have
it's
Gen
gonna be an
GP
Emmerich
one
monitor.
Well, no. Look,
sports here and ADG over here.
Look, I've got two monitors right here, and then I've got two TVs over here. So like, I actually bought this desk so I could move my monitors, so I could put two monitors and watch my two TVs. Because the way that it was before, my monitors were like right here, so I could only watch my small TV, and I'd have to watch my big TV like this.
So does Frank Esports versus the Oysters? Does that go on the big screen, or is that monitor?
No, I mean, we're heavy on Hurricane.
We're heavy on Hurricane. Oh my God, you're heavy on the plus 60.
So our boy Bay, who's on minus 6,600.
Is this a best of one or a best of three?
It's a best of one.
Oh my God!
All right, let's go.
I think.
What's the fucking kill spread? Plus minus 15.5.
Hang on.
There's no way that's a best of one line. I refuse to believe it.
It is 100%.
No way.
Do you here? I'm unloading on this thing.
So
plus 1,600.
Yeah, dude, it is. It's a best of one, man.
PSG's 0-1 and Hurricane is what? Are they 1-0?
Okay, so look.
Man.
So look. So let's talk about this though. So when we go to the scoreboards, because this is all we have. I haven't watched any of these games. I have no idea. I'm just blindly degenning on this.
Oh my God, they're fucking best of one.
So Hurricane lost to Metafalcon 29-16. You know, like they decided, look, bang 2.
Is Moan in this league still, or is he out?
I have no idea, dude.
The match fixer?
Like, dude, Taco. Like, how do you like? You
and Whale. And Epcot.
Epic.
That's it. Yeah.
But hey, look at Bay. Look at our boy Bay.
Who the fuck is Bay? What team did he play on in the LCK?
Bay played for Nongshim in spring of last year.
Oh, him. Okay. Before Gory,
like when they sucked.
he was deemed the.
He was the worst player in LCK, dude.
Oh, Bay.
What?
That guy fucks.
So yeah, like Beyond Gaming was like Doggo's old team, and they got a guy named Wacko. Like, it's fucking amazing substitution here. I don't know, man. Like plus 1,600. Like, sure. Like, why not? Like, I will tell you, Beyond Gaming was plus 600 in this game, I think, or plus 300 or something like that.
Okay, I'm gonna bet this.
Pretty sure two of these teams were. Here, hang on. I'll show you what I have here. Because I made a couple.
Would you put $100 to win 1,600 on that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I have on this in open bets, let's take a look. I have
PCS or VCS?
PCS. I have VCS bets for you too. Like, and I feel good about those.
All right, I just bet the Hurricanes. Let's go Hurricanes.
So I also have impunity plus 315 against J Team. If we go back and look at this,
J Team got shit on in the first game. I just looked at.
Yeah, they did, and impunity played decently, right? Like some of these teams though, like when you go back and look at it, like some of these teams aren't even in there. There's like a Malaysian team. There's like this other shit. Like I don't even understand how this.
Some of these
works.
teams are playing on 300 fucking things.
Yeah. So J Team is a Taiwanese team. Okay.
Yeah. Aren't they all Taiwanese teams?
What the fuck?
Impunity is from Singapore.
How close is that on a map?
I think it's very close.
Okay.
I mean, it's obviously close enough to play a league, right?
I'm assuming that this is
like then you have Frank's team, which is from Hong Kong.
Yeah, because they're all islands that are off the south of China.
Okay.
So look, this is what I took. I took impunity plus 315. I took Hurricane, and then I took Meta Falcon.
The worst part.
Then I took immunity, Hurricane, and EDG for 50, like to win $3,000. Then I threw the minus 1.5 for 25 to win 20. Like yeah, dude. Like I just
gorgeous,
dude. The worst thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna get up and you're gonna watch this Hurricane game, and they're gonna be up 5K. And they're going to be sieging with Baron, and they're going to over-siege, get aced, and lose the game.
No, I'm totally not even going to watch these games. I don't even want to.
Then how are you going to get a refund if you didn't watch it?
I have Guggs.
You just say there was match fixing going on.
I don't think there's match fixing. Okay, so here. Saigon Buffalo wins 100% of the time. Team Flash sucks. They're like the worst team. Cerebus was or Cerberus were they were dominant last year. GAM is like the predominant, the team that has been the best team in this league until winter, where Team Cerebus, or however you say this fucking thing, they dominated them both times. I took them.
What happened to Fung Vu Buffalo?
Huh? Saigon Buffalo?
No, there was a team from Vietnam, Fung Vu Buffalo or whatever. They played. They were like the only team.
I would assume that's Saigon Buffalo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say they went 2-0 against G2 the year that G2 won MSI.
Oh yeah, that's right.
G2 couldn't beat Fung Vu. They're out there beating SKT and they couldn't beat Fung Vu.
Crazy.
30. We're gonna 50 for that.
I remember the time that I told my wife, I was like, it'll probably be like an hour and a half.
2 hours and 41 minutes.
So I'm going to grab T1.
What are they? Oh, they're up to minus 218 now.
Yeah, I'm going to grab this. I'm going to go grab PCS. See, my wife went to the bar with her friends, so it works out really well. Grab a little Hurricane.
Is Peanut back tonight?
No, I don't think so. I think he just retested positive again.
It seems like no, yeah. It seems like that guy in the Discord was correct.
I mean, this is Chovy's sweet spot, isn't it? And he's just playing with three random people and a good 80 carry. This is what Chovy lives for, I think.
I think you're right. I think that's the way.
That's how you unlock Chovy mode.
This is really
good. God, what the fuck is this parlay? Is this just every game?
Dude, I'm building, man. Give me
this is hand building.
Guggs would love this.
Give me impunity.
Remember the part of the show where I realized that Guggs teaches children.
You're a teacher.
What other league can I go to? Like what like I could go to. Let's hang on. Let's do it. Oh, man, Guggs and Gelati would hate this. This. I mean, maybe they'd love it. Like
I love this. I love everything about this.
I used to think parlays, no way that is a legit way to bet. And then fucking Osimo is doing it all the time, and apparently it's extremely plus EV. You know, if you have an edge on each part of the bet, but like you can, it actually like multiplies EV if you really like break down the numbers on it. If you have an edge on
That's
each
what I
part.
told myself when I built my futures parlays. And I told my roommate that the other day. I was like, if I'm throwing a couple bucks to win like 1,000 on spots that I really like for futures, I was like, that has to be good, right? Only one of them, like I made 20 parlays. Only one of them has to win for me to have like.
You're like a dude on TikTok that puts in.
ROI.
Dude, you're like a dude on TikTok that builds like these 12 legs, like parlays, like for $1 to win 25 grand.
That's yeah, but apparently Osmo is like.
Well, but Osmo
like
and that dude, but Osmo and the guy on TikTok are different.
Yes, yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
And Osmo is also fucking round robining those too.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's like picking out edges, and I will argue that there are edges in esports, and this is not an example of that. This is not it.
Yeah.
For fun.
What else though? LPL. Let's grab an LPL one.
But for here,
Bam.
so this is one of the bets that I have. It's.
What do you think my max on this is?
TL to win.
What do you think my max? What do you think my max bet on this is?
$3. Whoa!
What is that? 1.7 million?
No, it's 170,000.
Okay,
That's actually nuts because like,
I don't know if they'd approve it either. Though.
Yeah.
I mean, like that.
How much would you have to bet to win? Like, let's 10,000. What's that?
$10, right?
Yeah, it would be $10.
Oh,
What a beauty!
Imagine if this wins.
Oh, and they just it went straight through. Not even a waiting period. They were like, "We'll take this one."
Look at this fish betting on the plus 1,600 Hurricanes.
There's occasionally.
I have like $200 on that game. Like,
yeah, that's it. You've got a lot of action on that.
But you know what game that reminds me of? Like the game that I had similar action on, and like I got fucked, and you did too, and like it was almost like that plus 1,000. What was it? EG Academy last year, where like there was no reason for them to be plus 1,000 in a best of 2 before they changed the way that they did the spreads. Like they either like if they won a game, they pushed. If they lost,
yeah, that was I know what you're talking about.
And I put that in every parlay, Alan. So what it was? So
it's like
Academy,
plus 300 for them to win a game.
So Academy now plays best of 2s, and now they'll do like spreads like -0.5 or -1.5 or like plus 1.5. But back like last year when it happened, like they didn't know what to fucking do. And so like they had this one game and it wasn't even like a mismatch. And it was like plus 1,000 for this one team to win.
Yeah, it was plus 1,000 on the money line.
So if they won one game, it didn't matter. Like you push.
Yeah, you get your money back. And it was
like
plus 350 for them to win one game.
And I
saw you guys talking about this in the Discord or Twitter or something, and I'm pretty sure I bet this game.
They won the first game too. I remember like watching it. It was like, what was his name? I
feel like it was TL. I can go back and look at it in my bet sheet.
It was a collegiate ADC, like this white guy that he filled in for CLG until somebody else came in. I can't think of his name right now, but like he played Tristana. I remember that. I mean, I remember he played Tristana, and they fucking won the first game. It wasn't EG. It might have been TL. I don't think it was TL though.
Okay. Wait. Oh wait. No,
it was. I think it was. I think it was CLG, dude.
I think it might have been CLG versus TL.
Yes. I think you're right. And then
nope. Okay, it was Evil Geniuses versus Team Liquid.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, Evil Geniuses was plus 1,000, and then the plus 1.5 was plus 200.
I had that part of like 10 or 15 parlay. Like basically, if that game had
my god, was that my big parlay week? I think it was.
Yeah, and then there was also that same week there was Bro played Damwon, and I had Bro to win that series, and Bro won the first game, and then they threw a lead in the second and lost the series. I remember, and then also
That was a good week. That was a good week.
That was also the week that like I had the ranks go like in CDL like 10 units on this team because they were just totally like they were like plus 300 and there's no reason they should be plus 300. And like I just kept betting them, and like the odds kept going the other way. I'm like, oh fuck it, I keep having to play it, right?
Yeah.
And like the team ended up going to the finals, but in that game, like they like B2 picked Elise, and I'm like, what?
No, dude, that I remember that week because that week I had like a bunch of bets that I really, really liked. So there were 8 bets that I really liked, and I parlayed them together. And one of them was the EG plus 1.5. So I just threw the 200 in the parlay. And I remember the last leg was like G2 minus 300 against Schalke.
Oh Jesus!
And that was the game that Wonder just completely fucking griefed, and it was a plus 9,000 parlay that I lost from. Yeah, from that Wonder. It was like every single other bet hit across 4 regions, including like that plus 200 Academy line and G2. The minus 350 G2 just needed to beat.
There are only 2 bets ever in the Discord history that like I got people behind, and like that Renska line was one. It was actually the Gold Card Podcast bet of the week, as a matter of fact. And you were pissed because it was like a minor region bet of the week, and like you were like nobody ever gets to do that. And then the other one though was
the ERL bet. This one was
the other one was the best. That was the best betting.
So
like it was a
funny.
Tuesday. It was a Tuesday NLC game, and I don't know, Alan. Maybe you got on it because like it felt like everybody got
that
on it.
was so great.
I was touting that shit for a week. It was like Tricked Esports over XL. XL had just sent up Marcoon and Avian and brought down Dan, and I'm like, why are they plus? Like Tricked is the 3rd best team in this league. Like they're as good as XL was. They're as good as Fnatic, and XL just beat Fnatic. And Trick just beat Fnatic. Like it just made sense. And like everybody in the Discord came. Like everybody, Moose Max bet it. Like everybody's here. Like when's the game start? I'm like, it's like 2:00. 2:00 on a fucking Tuesday afternoon.
I remember I was watching this in my internship.
Bumping, and I'm like, all right, cool. 5 minutes in, they're down like 5K gold. They just play I'm like, my bad, guys. My bad. And like it just kept getting worse and worse. And then like all of a sudden, Ezreal hits 3 items. They have a Baron fight. They flip it. They go down, they finish, and they fucking win.
That was so hype. They had like no towers down. They get a fucking like 5-for-2 fight. You got 3 people sieging mid, breaking mid tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and like respawns are coming in 5 seconds, and they're on like the last 2 Nexus towers, and everyone in the Discord is just screaming for them to end. That was so.
And you know what? It's funny because then like Moose comes in like 3 hours later. He's like, "Fucking Emmerich was right. What a fucking G." It's like, bro, you have to go watch the game. Go watch the game, bro.
Yeah,
like, you have no idea. Like, and it was even like Gelati was like, "Yo, I have like friends that tail me, like just like that have no that like I got to tail this." Like I had reached outside of the Discord on this game because I remember like the week before I'm playing drunk ARAMs with John. I'm like, "Yo, you guys should play this trick." I'm telling you right now, like, I just built it up and built it up.
That's so good.
Trick Esports versus BTXL. Oh my god, let me go see if I can find it on Gold GG, just to see what the actual gold lead was.
We should either wrap or I gotta hop off here.
Yeah.
All right, man. Yeah. Well, hey, thanks for coming on. Like, I know it was a very weird introduction. Like, you got Guggs here.
This was what I expected. This was the intention of coming on the Friday.
So I will tell you, like, it was like you come on the Friday. Like, it was funny because like this morning before you go, I was like, "Yo, Ian, you should come on, right?" But like, no, Ian you should come on, like, not with Guggs. Like, I don't think that'll work, right? And he's like, and then he sends me a message. He's like, no, man, like, I'll come on today. I'm like, you want to come? You want to, like, shirts are optional, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, I meant, like, in the morning. And I was like, oh, yeah, that makes more sense. Like, I totally didn't peg you as, like, a Guggs show guy. Like, I was cool with it.
Yeah.
I'm never going to put anybody on a Friday unless they know what it is.
Yeah.
And, hey, you had a good time. You learned a lot about soccer refereeing.
Yeah, a lot of life lessons, really. I think I feel like a better person.
So you'll be able to go tell your wife and your child about this experience.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be sharing too much of Guggs' advice with my child, but
maybe with your wife.
Yeah,
you can use Guggs' vernacular to explain to your child how not to speak.
Yeah.
Don't call minority people colored people.
Yeah.
So if you're not sure, go watch the first time Guggs showed up like 3 weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
Watch that and watch all of there was an IQ test.
That was the first time he was on. Was the IQ test episode?
Yeah, he scored a 12. Not on the IQ.
I was
on the Wonderlic. On the Wonderlic.
It was me, you, Nathan.
That was the same as Randy Moss.
Is that like?
They're taking the quarterback
behavior? Is that
the quarterback?
Well, that's what also happens when you stop like taking the test and you get mad at it, and like Nathan takes it scores like a 50. So
yeah.
But all right, man. I appreciate you stopping in. Anytime you want, come on in, and if you come in on a non-Friday, it's a little bit more professional.
All right. Yeah. All right. Appreciate you having me. I'll see you guys next time.
All right, later, man.
All right.
That's it. Emmerich, I just found that game on Goal GG.
Yeah.
They were down 11K at 29 minutes. They lost the game by 10 kills. And their best player's score line was 3, 4, and 7, and they won the game, but lost in gold by 4K. Oh, what a game! Shout out to Rome.
No, he's not the one. Like there was one ERL top that died. It wasn't him though. It's like Kappa or something. Died of COVID. Yeah, when there's not a lot of people, that like just that hits a little different. Nobody says anything. Like, just, all right.
I gotta go to. Man, I can't stay up again. But I need to figure out this fucking Gen G news.
I'm just not playing Gen G. A couple people have texted me and they said, "Who's playing?" I was like, "Who cares?" Real Pat stuff. All right. Well, hey, it's been fun. It's been real. I think we had our convictions earlier. I do think RNG is the more that I think about it, is probably the best play. EDG is safer, but RNG is a little more upside.
I really think TS is going to be popular. They have to be.
No,
Knight and Jackie are going to be 25.
No. Nope. After they lost to OMG, they're just not going to have that same kind of fire.
We'll see.
There are other places to go. The one that I'm the most interested in is how people react to this T1 news. People don't tip it like people like T1 even though they shouldn't, but now like they actually should. So I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm going to play a little light on the slate.
Yeah, I had 4 because I only really play the 44, except for last night. I played the MME because I really like the slate, but I only think I'm going to play like 2 or 3 lineups tonight. This slate kind of sucks.
I mean, I'm a little tilted by the COD slate. I was in like first place until the last game by a lot.
Brutal.
And then people were like, "Yo, you're in first place," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know." Yeah. Thanks for telling me.
Well, I had another 20. I had another 20 golf lineups this week where not a single one is 6 of 6. So
nice.
Oh wait, did I get one? No. 5 of 6.
You have a shot.
Oh.
All right, cool. Well, the plan is to be back tomorrow. Again, there's not that many people watching. So I think the people that are watching at this point, know where to find the content. If you don't, it's in content announcements, the esports department, Discord. Go ahead and sub to the YouTube channel, like the video. We'll see you here tomorrow around 8:30, 9 o'clock. I don't know if it's going to be me, if I'm going to have some guests. Fuck, I don't even know if I'm going to be here tomorrow at 8:30, 9 o'clock. I might be just like exhausted. I look, I'm exhausted as it is. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the slate goes. Slate goes good. It'll invigorate me. If you don't see me,
you'll know
like,
you lost.
I'm Instacarting with Guggs. So outside of that, I'll talk to everybody later.